sign. I'm breaking the chain. If it's right, hold on. I'll go play the game. I'm not out of mind. Set me free. Let me follow the law.
And I learned from the losses. My failure was friendship, I saw it was ghosting. Started like everyone had certain tools. Only difference is I knew what to do. Now everyone calling when progress is stalling. My stock is missing, my life it ain't boring. Ain't no more hitting me up when you lose. When it's time to wake up, see you hitting the snooze. When they ask me how we leveled up without us getting stuck, we just muscled up. This game spin, no one gotta tighten up, gotta muscle up, or you will get stuck in this game.
Hello folks, how are you doing tonight? We all doing good, Siege people? This is just going to be a bit more of a chill. My camera hello, camera. Oi. My camera will eventually learn to focus on me. One day or another. But how are we all doing tonight? We all doing well? If you haven't seen the tweet, basically the goal of tonight is we're just going to sit here, we're going to chill. Basically. Like, it's... What we're doing is we're going to be doing the BeSerious community... I can't get my words out. Sorry, I've literally just 2 minutes ago wrapped up work, gone live. So my head is still over there. We need to translate from work mode in towards siege mode. Slightly different ballparks, of course. But what we're doing tonight is we're going to be doing the BeSerious R6 Italian qualifiers for our secondary T2 circuit competition. Now, if you are not familiar with the secondary T2 circuit, one would not... Well... I don't think I'll forgive you for that, first and foremost. It's a pretty important, you know, piece of the competition to be capturing on over, but it's fine. We'll do all of that. And just give me 2 moments to get my browserino up on the screen. There we go. Right, and then I believe we can hopefully do that. There you go, that. Right. So let's take a look here. So, oh, I actually got that pretty close to... Okay, so welcome to Liquipedia, as I'm sure you'll all be aware. Hello, Silverwolf. How are we doing tonight? Hope you're doing well, or is it this morning for you out there? Oh, I'm doing some mental... Yeah, it's first thing in the morning for you. Nice early morning start. Welcome on in. So, what we're doing tonight, we'll get it out of the way, we'll get the words done and dusted before we say anything further, is we're doing the BeSerious. So, in EML, we've got our Challenger Circuit, of course, our primary and our secondary circuit competitions. Our secondary circuit competitions, well, they are just gone midnight. Shoot. So, it is early, just very, 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 very early here in this one. What we've got is we have got our lovely circuit in front of your screen here, a lovely... tournament. Secondary T... I cannot speak. We've got a lovely T2 circuit. What we've got here. And inside of this competition, we've got 3 qualifiers. You've got the Open Qualifier 1, Open Qualifier number 2, and as you'll see at the top here, we've got the Italian Qualifier. That is what we're going to be covering towards tonight. The Italian/National Qualifier. Both names kind of work. For it, essentially, how this one is going to be covered is, rule is to play in this one, to my knowledge, is you have to have 2 teams, 2 players on your team that are Italian, that reside in Italy. If you've got your 2 Italian players, you are permitted to play inside of this qualifier. Otherwise, you have to have the Open Qualifier. I believe that's done. This is an Italian-run tournament. It's run by some lovely people that, you know, are very prominent within the scene. We're always out and about there. So if you do go give BeSerious guys some love. If you want to play in the qualifiers yourself, just go on towards the Challenger mode platform and you just search, if you just go to the top, search BeSerious, it takes you right to the quals, and then these are the 2 for next week. This is the one we're doing tonight. So it's a little bit of a smaller qual than I think we're used to seeing here in the EU. You know, Combine, obviously we have quite a large number of teams, whereas over here we have quite a few, you know, smaller regions, smaller players, and so forth, so on and so forth. So a lot of the games we're going to be covering tonight, you know, there's only 4 or 5 best of ones to actually be played out tonight, so we won't be going through all of them. We're just going to kind of stick on through, see what's going. BJ is on the sticks tonight, so do shout out BJ. But the one we're going to be covering tonight, at least to start things off here, is Maestro Esca versus Vortex Tactical. Former of which, of course, a very well-known roster. If you are at all familiar with the EU's Challenger Circuit, who we've got here in the teams, some real sort of big, I suppose, names inside of this one. You've got Cyan, Riddick, Denster, Ranker, and Mateen as well. And I'm excited for tonight. We're going to get to see a lot of new players. That is kind of what I'm looking forward to in terms of tonight. You know, I'll be honest, I'll be the first to admit I'm not the most well kept up to date here on side of the Italian portion of the game. So the fact that we can sit here, be treated to watch all of these guys play, we'll get to meet some new players. Because I look down here and I'm looking at these guys and I'm thinking to myself, I'm unfamiliar with all these people, so some new people to watch, some up-and-comers maybe, and the fact that, you know, top 4 of these qualifiers, considering that a lot of teams are starting in the round of 16, all you got to do is you got to win this one, you got to win this one, and then, yeah, I don't want to print this page. You win this one, you win 2 games and you're qualified through to the main event, get yourself some T2 points, get yourself some big games going. So it's going to be a nice little chill evening, I'm hoping for you folks. We're just going to literally sit, yap, basically. So if you've got any, want to talk about anything siege related or anything not even siege related, yeah, it's just going to be a chill stream, just trying something a little bit different, I suppose, towards the normal community casts. We'll be back tomorrow with, of course, everything going on through, but I don't want to keep you all any longer. Border is our first map between these 2 teams where we're going to head now. Vortex couldn't quite field their 5th, unfortunately, so it is going to be played 5 versus 4 in the favour of Maestro Esca. We're already a strong team. I think one of the favourites here coming out of the quals, and will do them good favour to get themselves done in this qual tonight. But for now, let's dive into the game and see what exactly they've got to offer us. Exactly, Silver. Different is fun. It's nice to just have a bit of a different breed, because with a lot of these EML open qualifiers we have, I find, at least the opening rounds, it tends to be very repetitive of itself. You've got your favourites, and the way it's randomly seeded, you might get lucky. You might, you know, find yourself on a tournament, on a player that's, hey, you know, it's new, we've not seen them before, but then quite a lot of the time
Defenders, protect your
the opening
bombs from
stages
being
of the
defused
tournaments
by
are essentially
attackers.
just, you know, it's the same battles. These top qualifying teams are going to just repeat themselves. They're going to get them through. It's, you know, it can be a bit drab, especially when we've got all of them, because pretty much every tournament in the T2 circuit, it's open qualifiers, so they all start kind of the exact same way, and it's only when you get towards the end of the qualifier, when you get the interesting games, and then, of course, when you get to the actual event itself, when you get some really fun games. But, you know, different is fun. We've obviously had some games on already today. We've had CNL. That was one got to catch a little bit of that. Was watching that one there. Found the Billy stream for it. Was watching just a little bit of that. Seems like same old in CNL really. Sort of just, you know, obviously I think as a region, a bit disappointing in terms of the Salt Lake City major. Wasn't really as convinced as I was hoping I would be by them, but you know, it's fine. It's early days just yet. We've got to give them time. Got to give them, of course, some benefit of the doubt. And never know what we're going to be seeing of them in just a little bit of time. As for this one, so I think Maestro Esca are just going to be playing very much a default border. I think they'll be playing a lot of default tonight. Just kind of play it to your standard, play it towards your strengths. Don't really have to do anything too crazy, and I think, you know, in that kind of a sense, it does put quite a little bit on the side of Vortex to just kind of go a bit crazy, get something going for themselves, because, you know, already playing every round with a 5v4 disadvantage, it's not really ideal, to say the least. Start an open qualifier down a player, and obviously open quals, single elimination, so you lose one. Hello, Foxy. How we doing? How we doing? Have you recovered from earlier today's ranked session? Oh, in goes Ghost. There we go. We'll start. Covered. I'm surprised. So, me and Foxy, we played like a game or two of ranked earlier this morning, and I was just doing my placements just to get them done, out of the way, dusted. So I was really curious to see what the game was aiming, because I actually went back and checked. I've not played ranked since Burnt Horizon, like all the way back yonks ago. So, Rocky, got him, King, got him. Now about the one window. Know about the shield, but I mean, Maestro Esca, they're gonna just play this safe, use the Montaigne, because essentially it's fine. You sure that in a 5v5? My lord, that actually sent him to Narnia. But you can see there, but he's already pinged it out. They know exactly where he is. Yeah, that one's over. And that's what I'm saying, Foxy. I've not touched ranked in. They've not touched ranked in. I've literally not touched ranked since Burnt Horizon. I've only ever played games when my friends have convinced me. So I don't think I've played more than like 8 ranked games in a season. The highest I've got bronze. And so for the game to match me into gold 2, I was like, fuck yes. Winning. Absolutely winning. So yeah, so got straight in towards gold 2, which is, you know, a solid-ish start. I might aim a little bit higher than that one. Just thought I'd actually give rank to go. Still got, why they don't allow their 5th was because I think it was just taking too long to get the 5th in towards the lobby, and it, to my knowledge, just came down to the predicament of you can forfeit or you can play with your without your 5th player as a 4. They opted obviously for the latter, to play it out at least, get the experience, because, you know, playing against a good team, it's always good to go. Yeah, gold 2, which, you know, I don't play Siege very much. I think we've played Siege once on the stream. I want to say that was in the middle of a SI qualifier when we had, like, I think we had an hour in between APL and EML starting. So it's just like, yeah, let's play some ranked on stream. I think it was me, Puffo, and Hotnix was that stack. It's a great stack, and yeah, no, but there's a reason I don't play ranked on stream.
Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
Might dabble with that soon. See, I don't really get how. I really don't, because I started playing it, and the first match was like golds and plats, and then I went 3-2 in mats, but it's okay. I mean, I've got to imagine ranked in Oaths is an entirely different beast to what it is here in EU. Like, I just imagine you see, even in higher rank. Oh! Oh, Mateen. Oh, why are we repeating this? No. Go back inside the building, please. Oh, that was a lovely little shot. Beautiful. I can't imagine Oath is something else entirely. Yeah, Maestro Esca just pedal to the metal here. I don't really expect to see anything else from them. First Dokkaebi kill. There we go. First one to see. Love to see it. A bit then again. Rue's in an unfavourable situation here. You can die to the person that's taking a gunfight with you, trying to swing you, or you can do what Beasters here is doing, is just Besters here is pausing to answer the phone. You don't really have any options inside of this one. If he gets another phone call, he is now completely cooked. You can see it there on the Dokkaebi. There you go, phone call. You've got a Montaigne on you. There is absolutely zero way out of this situation. There you go, RIP. Our it's 4v5. Unfortunately, they couldn't get their 5th in the lobby in time, so unfortunately for Vortex, they're just going to have to play this one in that nature rather than forfeiting. Give it a go, give it a shot. You never know. I just started playing. Yeah, you get on the ranked grind. I'll be honest, it's I've actually been having a lot of fun. Casino. What do we all think of Casino? Should we put Casino in the competitive pool? I'm in the 100% book of let's put Casino into Casino. Casino into Casino. Casino into competitive. Actually, I'm going to take a moment here to shamelessly plug the TikToks. There are TikToks. There is a Travi TikTok now. Spoke about that, so if you're not following the TikTok, do go follow the TikTok, because I'm just going to put in random like CG sports content on there. Bit of T1 stuff, also be putting some clips from the T2 stuff I cast as well. So if you want more CG sports on your feed, I believe it's Travi on there. So go give that a follow, because I'm going to shamelessly promote that now. I'm sitting here.
10 seconds to insertion.
By the way, though, in terms of this game, Maestreska doing Maestreska things. In terms of what I want to take away from this is just more. Are we going to get more of what I saw the other night when we were watching ELC? Because, this is beyond CNL the first time really we'll get to watch competitive Siege with the Dokkaebi rework in effect. Is what a team's doing about her. Because a lot of teams, Good Intentions, Panhone, their strategy was essentially, if we're on attack, we ban the mute and abuse Dokkaebi until they ban it off of us. Or if we're on defense, we just ban the Dokkaebi. It's all very centric around her right now, just because of how strong she is. Reloading. See, if you ask me, Silver, I think we take out Cafe. I honestly, I think Cafe has overstayed its welcome, and Casino feels a similar-ish niche. As a spectator, because we watch a lot of open qualifiers, I want Clubhouse to go. Clubhouse. But that's just me. I know a lot of players will not be a fan of them because of moving Clubhouse. Diego payload on towards Bestia. Trying to answer it, but immediately answered up there. Mateen just swinging in clean in house right now. Exactly what you can expect from him, no less. Effectively, a 2v3. Make it a 1v3, but Riddick should be able to be recovered here, and it's all about John 7 on the back. But yet again, phone's going off. You know exactly where he is now. You're going to hear him coming, drop down the hatch. Gotta just, that's how you play Dokkaebi now. Oh my god! There is nothing you can do against that. Like, what can you do against that? You will just get... The minute you just... Oh. If we don't see a Dokkaebi ban, I'm going to need to shoot. I swear. Like, we should see a Dokkaebi ban coming out of this round. Please, I'm begging someone. Get rid of her. My goodness. Get rid of her. I don't think we will. Though I hope we will. Exactly. Exactly how right. It just locks people out. You can't do anything against it. You're in a 1v3 situation and you are just cooked. You are just entirely cooked. Meaning you're either forced to play against it or you're forced to ban it. The counters don't work like they're supposed to either. Like, obviously, I think mute, you should be able to run back on it. You should take down the call. Tuberao as well. I don't know why he was removed as a counter. But there's quite a few ways they're going to need to tone down this Dokkaebi. I don't think they can let it go. Yeah, cooldown I think would be nice. Levy there, 5th didn't join in time, so unfortunately they just having to play 4v5 because it was either that or forfeit, because it was just taking too long to get into the game. But it worked out conveniently for me because I was late running. I was in the middle of work until 5:30, so I was like, oh, the game's still not started. Brilliant for me. For these guys, a bit unfortunate. But yeah, it's just more of a chill watch party stream tonight. Not a cast if you can't tell. Just fancied sitting here on a Friday afternoon and watching some Siege, to be honest, because
10 seconds.
Yeah, well, I think that probably is the way I would go. You can't cyberbully the same person repeatedly. Like, put like a 30, 40 second cooldown on calling the same person on repeat. But one thing I've noticed, or I say I noticed, I saw on Twitter was on the HUD in the bottom right, it shows you when they're answering their phone. So like the little indicator on the gadget thingy you get, when they like stop to answer their phone, the icon changes. So you can literally see when they've got their gun down and call off of that. Like you can literally see, oh look, they're on their phone. Gun go down. Speaking of going down, Cyan dropped. John on the DMR. Good old Tubbs DMR. And it's nice to see BeSerious, you know, at least playing a little more slower this round. Not going entirely crazy off of the back foot. I mean, I think they tried with a shield and got punished a little bit for it. But John's shaking from this angle, and you sort of lost your Blackbeard, the one that you can really use to shake people from those angles. So off he goes, away he runs.
Sequential breaching activated.
Could be a bit more of a slower, normal pacey around here for BeSerious, which I think is fine. But John, working absolute bits. Go on, John. Shuts down Denster. I believe that is the first time in quite a few rounds now. Man advantage is going to be secured on the way of Vortex. In fact, getting themselves up. Is it enough though? That's going to be the question. Mainly because you've got Mateen on the other side. He's in reverse James Bond at the moment. In comes utility, in comes Bush, but the wall to your left is soft. Riddick gets tagged up a little bit through, but it's not enough to shake him off the plant. John will go down. It's a backstab from Mateen. He's able to get a double. Traded back by Rocky though. They're going to know about the plant. It has gone down, stuck all the way, and I think Vortex, it might just be slipping through their fingers just a little bit here. You've got one playing up close to the armory wall. One playing a little bit further back on towards the rappel. This situation just got a whole lot harder for these defenders. Worrying for him now. Rocky goes, Rukit to follow, Ranker on the double, and BeSerious keep the flawless streak going. Really good at attempting around that. Really solid attempt from the side of Vortex. Just unfortunate, I just don't think. Again, I think that's one of those rounds where I think you can, you know, another one where you just, I think, chalk it up to. It would have been much more winnable if it was the 5v5, but unfortunately 4v5, there's not a lot, you know, you can do. 4v5 is kind of tragic, I can't lie, it's hard. It's hard having to play 4v5. Good old BeSerious. So yeah, so we're getting things going. I mean, well, BeSerious
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
For EML. Surely they're on the standards somewhere by now. I've seen these guys around a lot. Yeah, no, unless I'm being really blind. I don't actually see them on my standings currently, which is
attackers have discovered the location of
these guys are good. They are some really good guys. You know, got a really good chance to sort of have a good chat with Ranker at SI, sort of just, you know, what's coming next, sort of a bit about this team as well, a little bit what's going on, and you know, it was quite a positive chat actually, and that's one thing we always do love to see. It's my favourite thing at the moment. I'm like, cannot wait for the next set of Siege events to be in EU and just be like, just chatting. It's my favourite thing in the world, just chatting to the players, and you know, because I could sit here and it's just like they're 5 names or they're 9 names on the screen at the moment, but there's people behind them, and I love meeting these people. I love getting to chat with them. Obviously, next Siege events are Homeland, July 4th. It's not quite as serious as this, but yeah, Homeland. If you are in the UK or willing to make the travel, highly recommend it. Looks like it's going to be a really fun event to be on the mic there myself, and you don't need a team as well. So even if you're not a comp player traditionally, I think it's a lot of fun because last year we did the Rampage, which was another secondary T2 competition, but I played in it rather than casted it. It was a lot of fun, and it was really fun to just sort of see how things go as players. Did we get absolutely bodied? Slightly. But you know what, it went really well. C4 goes, downs Riddick, but the Blind still carrying it all the way on through, and I just don't think you can really beat the Glaz there, unfortunately. Mateen finds his 10th on double digits. And it's Bestia and Rocky. And that's one. Mateen's low, but shield on the other end. Never mind, you get rid of him. Maestro getting aggressive, and they're going to pay the price for it. Just a little bit overjealous. Inside of this one, you have an idea about where my team will be hiding, but do you know about the backstab of Ranker? That's the big question mark right now. Someone needs to commit to dealing with this player on the run out. Someone needs to try and stick this defuse down back the other direction, but unfortunately for you, you got to go for it, but through the wall. Ranker's good for one. No time left, unfortunate there. These rounds are getting closer and closer by the moment. Bestia on the quad, but just not enough. Maestro able to keep it going. 5-0. Good so far. We do rate a bit of 5-0 start. Not bad. As I say, I don't think we expected much different from Maestro. They're a very good team. I've had the pleasure of playing up against these guys once or twice, and yeah, it's not pretty. They're good. They're good. They're good at what they do, and have casted quite a few of their games. They're good. They're really solid. But you know, there's been some good individual moments here on the side of Vortex. I don't want to take away from that. Bestia, I think, has had a really quiet game. Quite stepped in things. John consistently actually has been putting in some quite good performances. So John's 7. What's the Chief's got in his like important Google search is taking place right now. Master Chief, doesn't Master Chief have a 7 on him? Am I tripping absolute balls right now?
Setting down my +1.
Real silver wall for real. Up until like a couple months ago when I got like an actual 9-to-5 type job, traveling was just impossible. And now I've got the opposite problem for Osaka myself, where I have the money, but I don't have the PTO because we've got a big family holiday in December. So I don't actually have the holiday allowance to travel to Osaka because from the UK it's like a 2-day travel either way. And it's just frankly not worth spending all that money to literally go for the major itself. Like, I'd want to spend a bit more time there for how much it costs. But I would go if you can. Silver, I've said it's easy to say just go if you can, but especially I think Osaka's going to be a banger, and I'm gutted to be missing it. After playing 5v4, couldn't get their 5th player in time, unfortunately, so just have to stick it out that way. Yeah, Osaka will be really good. There's nothing I recommend more than like Siege Major. Like, Siege Majors are phenomenal experiences. I know a lot of people who will be making the trek, so you're going to be in good hands out there. And Japan is also a really awesome place. 5k for a 7-day trip. It's crazy money. Also, hey Verpo, how you doing, King? She's got 6 days approved for Osaka. Fly out Tuesday, fly home the following Tuesday. Nice. That is awesome. That is actually sick. You're gonna have the best time out there. Like, genuinely. That is gonna be a banging major. How are you doing today? You happy it's Friday? Happy you've escaped work for the weekend? Gonna get some time off? Ooh. Master Eska. Fucking hell. Absolutely mad right now. Vemo, am I correct in thinking you are going to be at Comlan as well? I feel like I've asked you this already, but I feel like this week has been a horror. Same. This week has been an absolute like nightmare of a week. I don't know what it is. This week's just been shit. Thank God, it's the weekend now. Yes, yourself, Olive and Raven. Oh, amazing. Everyone's going to be there. Oh, it's going to be awesome. Playing? Playing, or you're just going to be coming and watching? Because we got a little taste of, I think I got a little, I think I got like 1 or 2 of your games over the King and Hill event, but I'm so looking forward to casting like a proper LAN. Actually, Abby, you're going to be flat. Nice. Nice, that's going to be awesome. I cannot wait for Comlan. Like, seriously. I think it's because I know full well I'm not going to any Siege events till... I don't even know if I'm going to make the Brazil SI. I really want to, just because everyone's like, oh my god, it's a Brazil SI. It's going to be really awesome. But I don't actually know if I'm going to make that. So I'm taking Siege events like dime a dozen right now. I'm taking them... I'm like, give me all the Siege events that I can get. Combine finals should be in person as well. Like, the website says they're in person, but they've not released tickets, which is also really odd by now, considering that's in a little over a month, or a month and a half. So, But the website says you will be able to attend. There will be an audience in Düsseldorf, so should be there as well.
Deploying laser wire.
Yeah, that's it, Vermo. Like, they're both really expensive trips, like, from the UK. Like, that's a lot of money to be spending on Siege. And I love this game, but I don't know if I love it that much.
Gotta reload.
You know? And, yeah, so it will be entirely just dependent on, like, time and circumstances at the time for Brazil, especially, like, where in Brazil it's going to be held. You know, I think that will probably play a factor into cost and flight locations, flight times as well. You know, really do not want to have to do a stupid long travel day if one can avoid it, but you never know. Yeah, Combine will be fun. Really, Combine is a lot of fun, and I've been wanting to go to the finals for Combine for like a few years now, but just hasn't worked out because of uni or just because I've worked retail before I got the job I'm currently in, and I just couldn't do a lot of weekends. So I take the weekends off to cast the qualifiers rather than go to the event itself. 8:30, others better times, but 11:50 exactly. And you're spending £1,200 on flights, more on transport, more on food. They go Silver. Take Osaka's a birthday trip. That's the way to like math it in your head. Osaka is a birthday trip. Also, while we've been yapping, Maestreska got themselves a flawless half. I feel it displays an injustice. He's not properly cast one of these rounds to somewhat of a degree. Obviously, Maestreska have already got themselves a nice early start in this one. John just going down. I think he's a bit aggressive off the back of the Soliton scanner. Will go on down. It's not stopping them from peeking. It's not stopping them from wanting to go for this. And I honestly respect the confidence here from Vortex Tactical. You know, even with backs up against the wall here, they're not slowing down. They're not really wanting to go for it at all. They really, you know, ready for this, but just struggling to deal with Bandit batteries. Grenade goes over the top here. Wonderfully caught out by BJ out of reserve, unfortunately. Wall goes open. And it's Denster outside the building. Cuts down Bestia. 2v5 situation, and it's ultimately falling apart right at the seams of Vortex Tactical. Can they get one? No, they cannot. Ranka gets two and ends the round flawlessly. Flawless game there for Maestreska. They will find themselves starting off this qual nice and strong. See, this is crazy to be civil because, like, Perth and Osaka, they're much closer geographically than, like, London and Osaka. So I would have honestly thought that, like, it would have been slightly cheaper to go that way, but apparently not. No. Like, apparently not. We're not allowed to have nice things like that. Anyway, let's take a quick sneak peek here at what the stand-ins currently look like for this one. That is not this one. There we go. Ooh. I should probably also yes, I think we're going to do match 23. Yeah, so literally just giving us a couple of game suggestions of what we're going to be doing. So it's just going to be a case of, yeah, we'll trust Jurgen because unless anyone has any, if you do have preferences, do let me know. Okay, so they don't want to cast. We'll either wait for 21 or. Yeah, so we'll just wait. So we're going to see if we can get into 19. Jurgen Fanboy versus Lesepi, or whether if they've not started yet. If they have started, we'll wait for this one down here. I believe that's the only other game that's not started. Minus that one up at the top. So we'll wait for one of these games go. Yeah. We do love OS. Silver. This is the one thing. Like, I have been firmly an OS enjoyer since I've started casting Siege. This is weird. Like, this is so different to, like, normally. Like, obviously the games are, you know, we're watching the games, but we're, you know, focusing on, you know, just having a good old chat. Doesn't really stream like this all that often. Just, you know, thought about giving it a whirl and just having a chat. But no, a lot of, like, my early days casting were spent in OS. It's what worked best with retail, pretty much, in regards to scheduling, because I started casting for the Montreal major qualifiers in November. Like September of 2024, and then ended up doing the SI25 LCQs in December. And because obviously retail and Christmas, because retail and Christmas, we literally just had working the days in the evenings and the afternoons. So it's like we'll just do mornings, and ended up doing a lot of those stuff. So met a lot of folk down there. Love the folk down there. Yeah, retail at any time it is tough. Christmas is gross, like, and especially like where I worked as well. We were a retailer that was very much like toys, electronics. Christmas is Christmas. Hospitality, yeah. I had friends in hospitality. How can I say this without doxing us? Every time there was a football match going on, worked in a pub near a football stadium. It was, it was pretty, like, I just got texts or, like, snaps through of just, like, there's a sea of people in here, help us. It was not pretty. Like, I have seen hospitality. It's really rough. Does McDonald's count as hospitality? Done Mackey's years ago. Done Mackey. It didn't work. I think I lasted like 3 months at McDonald's. Lasted like most of the summer holiday and was like, never doing that again. That was horrendous. And just stayed broke for the year. I'm not juggling uni and Mackey's at the same time. Try a casino near a football match. Oh no! Your favourite football team loses, so you go and bet your life savings in a casino. Oh, that sounds horrendous, Silver. That actually sounds gross. And kitchen around Christmas, yeah. The dreaded Christmas work dues that we have been the victim of before. Funnily enough, so Christmas that's just gone, the Christmas work do that we did, we went to a particular chain restaurant that shall not be named, and we all got the whole store of us went, so there's about 20 of us total that all pretty much everyone went to this Christmas meal, and about half, just over half, got food poisoning, and it was the day after, it was I kid you not, the days that followed that were genuinely like because half of the staff would just run into the toilet every 15 seconds. It was absolutely diabolical. Instantly just took out everyone of our staff right around Christmas. It was horrible. No problem. Bambo. This area, yeah. We will hide about the casinos. Yeah, New Year's casino. People don't get, I suppose. Is gambling one of those things where people will just take any excuse to, like, it's like here in England. Any excuse is an excuse to go to the pub. Anything happens in life, pub. Someone you know's had a baby, let's all go to the pub and celebrate. You're retiring, let's go to the pub and celebrate. It's Christmas, let's go to the pub and celebrate. That's basically British culture. You're again, we're all doing good. Thank you as well for putting this all together, giving us some lovely stream assets as well on this one. In terms of this one, I do have to dip for like 30 seconds. I will be back in just a moment. Don't do the game. we can continue to sit and enjoy some. Guys, I'm just gonna hide my face. Like I don't want to watch myself eat dinner. This is the game we're gonna be watching. Here, Jumpers versus Lebimbe. Of course, it is going to be a chalet game, as if the veto tells us the truth here. Fortress, boo, Fortress ban. Dislike, minus points. We do not like a Fortress ban. I'll tell you what though. Fortress is. I think Fortress is banging. Fortress is probably one of the better things they've put in the pool in years. Like, it's a really, really solid addition to the pool in my books. I would 100% be like, yeah, let's get some more Fortress going in here. Like, give me more Fortress games. I don't think we're at quite a point yet where it's best of one territory map. Like, a lot of teams don't. Interestingly, I feel maybe it's just me being like statistical bias just based on the games I end up actually falling into and watching. But I feel like we see a lot of cons in EU T2. Like, everyone just loves Consulate. I don't really get it. It's not that, like, I don't like Consulate, it's just genuinely, I don't know, it's never really, like, gone crazy with me. Like, I can see Club, Chalet, best of one match, you know, popular, but Consulate I feel like it's up there as well. I don't know if we can see anywhere. Well, let's just take Rumble. Can I get qualifier stats? There probably will be a lot of unknowns on here. Yeah, Consulate, yeah, Consulate top 4. A lot of Consulate play the best of ones, and then I'm gonna guess in the main event as well. Maybe main event. Consulate with a lot of Lair. EU playing Lair? Sorcery is this? Which was sorcery? Who have we got on these teams? Let's take a look here. Zoom it in for you folks at home so you can see. Here you go. We've got Levy. The Demon, I love that username. It's a great username. No problem, Silverwolf. Have a good one. Have a good nap. A good little sleepy sleep, because yeah, I don't know what you did up here at midnight watching me. There's significantly better things to do, but you know, thank you for coming in. Thank you for stopping by, and hopefully catch up on the mic at some point again soon. Because I think we did a little bit on the CNL. It was fun. Obviously, not happening this stage, but that's me not. To be fair, I will put my hand up and admit I wasn't taking part in the CNL stuff this stage prior to it coming out that like the feeds weren't there and whatnot. I wasn't going to take part in it this stage anyway. And then it just so happened it wasn't going to happen anyway. And it's like, oh. Which is sad, I think, like, if you ask me, the region does need some coverage. I mean, that's opposite of me just shoving food in my mouth. But like, yeah, I think like the region deserves more coverage, especially like, you know, even if it was just a Twitch repo of the CN stream, it just makes life so much easier than having to go on Bilibili, because Bilibili is not too cooperative for anyone not in the CN region, and can sometimes, you know, verification and whatnot, you can't create an account, I don't think, if you're actually not in China, and because of a result of that, you then can't watch in 1080p, you're stuck on watching 720p, so there's just some limitations on it, and it'd be nice to, even if you just get an official 1080p stream on like R6 CN or something on Twitch like that, I think that'd be a good shout. But what am I? I imagine it's probably some contracts. So if I had to guess, it's probably more like contractual, something. I don't know. I'm just a guy who talks over video games occasionally for fun. For the fun of it, you know. And now we're sitting here eating dinner waiting for a video game to start, which is amazing. I don't actually think we can find something very quickly. Because while we are here, we may as well talk about it. There we go. Because I believe I saw a tweet about this from someone. I want to actually see if it's true or not. Where am I going? EML. I believe rosters have leaked out on the old website. Why am I looking at secret? They've announced their roster. Look at people that haven't announced their roster. Shifters. Because I know at least in game, yeah, because it's like leaked online and stuff, and then the website's accidentally gone and leaked. I don't know whether it was accidental, whether it was intentional or not, but it's leaked out. So shifters seem to be picking up Nave, and then can I get some results with UK? That's the other one that leaked out on here as well. I believe it was DK's one that leaked out as well on here. Yes, it seems like if that's true, if they've like, I'm assuming this isn't an error because it's appeared with a bunch of other like stuff just coming up out of nowhere. But if they've imported Yoga from NA, that is quite a crazy, like, and because that becomes a crazy roster for Geeko, right? Because they've got 2 imported players, and to me, obviously, that means they're putting a significant amount of investment in this, especially after like the T2 run they had last year, which was really, really good. Obviously, did end up acquiring the spot rather than qualifying through, and then made some changes to the roster, but taking up Gen G's, I believe it was Gen G's spot they took. But yeah, really crazy stuff that they've invested in, and then they're getting all these imports in, and so I think a lot of the flack's been on. A lot of the flack, I believe, has been on Ask. I want to say it was a lot of flack. I'll just put up the sheets quickly. Sheets. Right. EML kickoff. Yeah, here you go. Kickoff load, please. Yeah, because I believe Ask was like one of the bottom rated players in the league for EML last stage. Set bottom, but equally on the flip side, you're kind of in a rock and hard place for Geeko, right? Because you've spent a lot of money bringing this guy over from Brazil, visas, accommodation, etc., etc. You probably spent a significant amount of money bringing him over. And I mean, I am firmly on the game of keep rosters going, don't change them up so often. Cough, cough, fanatic. Keep your roster going. But I do have to wonder, how long will they invest in Ask for? Because, a couple stages, like if it happens again, stage 1, I think then you probably want to look at making roster moves, and you just might have to bite the bullet on, the investment not panning out. It happens. Ask is a good player. And, you look at a lot of the players towards the bottom of this list, right? Packball, phenomenal player. However, he's come off this Fnatic roster and has started destroying D2 competition. The last 2 games I've watched him, he's been 15 plus kills every time. Dov, Brede, these players towards sort of more bottom of the pack. Well, I suppose you get rid of so many players on here, but no, you do have naff stages sometimes. It happens. We all have naff stage. Like, you have it in a ranked game. I played my placements this morning. Call me hot and cold. The way one game I'm going 8 and 2, and then the next game I can't even get a single kill. Like, it happens. Stick with it. Do I think Yoga and so they picked up Groovy and Upor? They're solid players. They're good players. They're solid players. There's 6 players on here. I've been wondering why it looks a bit off. There's 6 of them. I'm guessing Shepard's or it's not decided yet, or I don't know. Asks someone's subbing, someone's on the bench. Maybe I don't actually know. I'm actually going to duck into this dinner though. We have got 10 out of 10 in games, so let's go have a look towards the cafe loading video. Get the hype music going. See, dog folks, won't keep you too long. You have to listen to me rambling, which I don't think is the worst thing in the world. And you just watch cafe. Means I can quickly try and shovel down this dinner while my face isn't on the stream. Got the best chicken and rice. It's just a simple dinner. But here we go. Let's get into things here over on Chalet. Jumpers versus Lebimbe. Does that translate to anything? Let me get a Google Translate. I thought I'm going to be in a lot of Italian translations tonight. And next week as well, actually. Funnily enough, off to Italy next week, actually. So we'll be visiting Milan next weekend. If anyone is near the area, knows the area, has any suggestions, please do drop them. Would be curious to hear. I'm travelling out with a friend. Don't actually have many plans made yet. We just kind of made a spreadsheet of things we might like to do. We'll just work it out when we get there. And for those wondering that don't speak Italian, Libimbe translates to the little girls, is what that translates to. And then jumpers, well, depending on where the world is, what you call them. If you're English, you will refer to a jumper as something you wear when it's cold and not something you see in the summer. If you are American, I suppose you will refer jumpers as something, you know, people that jump up and down, trampolines. Good team names. Some of these teams actually get really creative here inside of these qualifiers. I do quite like it. I'm my favourite thing just seeing what creativity some of these guys will come up with. Had some really great team names over the years. One of my favourites was, I think it was back when APL Challenger Series 2025, I think it was. And we had a team called Starbucks Workers. I don't know why that name's always just stuck with me, but I just thought it was a great name, Starbucks Workers. They'd obviously copyright, they had to change it for when it got to the main league. It was a great team, mate. It was a generational run.
Activating drone.
Anywho, almost up to dinner now. 2 chicken fries left, and then I'm all yours.
Drone spinning up.
We seem dope, yeah. And this is kind of what I was saying about in the last game, right? You've got options when it comes to this new Togebi. You either play her, and abuse her, or you ban her.
Got eyes on.
Jumpers not able to play her at all in this, so I'll just banned out straight off the bat, and I honestly don't blame them for it. So thank you as well for all of the folks that are coming in and following. Do appreciate all of you in the last couple of minutes. Maris, Sam, Abo, F31S, Esport News as well. Coming in and following. Do appreciate it. We've been near 1,000 on this channel, which is, considering I only ever stream Siege qualifiers, it's kind of crazy. When you think about it, like, I just exclusively stream qualifiers and casts.
Reload.
I never stream, so do really appreciate all you coming in and saying hi. And here we go. Snake Blackbeard meta, charging up ahead, taking plenty of ground, as you would expect to see from him. He'll just be taking the space, and the defense are struggling to stand up to it, it seems. Still Joe Pap puts his foot down, takes a stand, shuts down Rockbell. Don't know, the defuse is going down. Can you get it through the floor in time? Yes, you can. A second kill to follow suit as well from Eddie. It turns around on its head. Got Blackbeard, Levy, cornered inside of the objective. On his own on an island at the moment. Gravity's caught in a gunfight with Joe Pap downstairs in Trophy. So the attacker's pretty split off right now. Cornered to one side of the map here. One on the first floor, one on the second. And the Bimbe have 40 seconds just to hold their ground here. The attacker to regroup up towards Solarium's side. Try to push it towards together. Have the idea about Eddie's position. Know roughly where the Goyo's playing. Sassy takes a little bit of damage as well. Crawling across the table there. Trying to make a bit of ground go, and Diffuser attempted to go down again. You will hear the sound cue. Can you make any difference on it? No, you cannot. You're going to fall. 2 quick kills for Gravity. Finds the third in the round, and it all goes down to this Frost. And you're in a really unwinnable situation now. Blackbeard on the chassis. One on towards Solarium stairs. There's not really many options way out of this one. It has to be a generational fumble here from the side of Jumpers to fall on this one. Blackbeard don't need to peek. There he can just keep that shield up nice and high. And not have to challenge, not have to try and take the gunfight. Does try to go for the knock, won't quite find it, but eventually will. There comes the kill. Jumpers, flying start. A good round actually there. A bit back and forth between the two sides, but start from the side of jumpers was just so strong. The comeback was hard to have.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many
Round
bombs
number
as they
2.
can.
Let's fight. Let's see what we got. So, kitchen. Okay. Kitchen start. Kitchen start is a good start.
Attackers have located a
I
bomb.
do quite like a kitchen. There's a couple qualifiers ago now. We had someone accidentally C4 himself. It bounced off one of the plants in kitchen. Generational moment. Like, easily. That was so great. Just watched them unfortunately just fall victim to a C4
10
for themselves.
seconds to
It's like,
go.
hold on a minute. Like,
5 seconds left.
and that's what, like, I don't think you C4 yourself like that in any other game. I'm sorry.
Attackers
Siege
are
is
heading
unique.
out to defuse a bomb.
There's maybe 2 games I think you find where you have the same kind of shenaniganating that you do in Siege, and it's Battlefield and the finals. Like, they're the only games I find where you get the same level of just shenanigans occurring that you do in the game of Siege.
Watch yourselves. Hostile in.
And there we go. Right, let's scoop up. Sorry if it's straight up all my rice. I'm really hungry. I want every last bit of rice in this bowl. Oh well, we're going in and I've got my mouth full of food. Oh no, Joe Fat goes! Straight down. Put a count there, but Limit Bay, they're holding the line well. 2 quick kills going their way. Seems to have spotted the Blackbeard. Beautiful shot on through. Unfortunately not able to connect any more than that. You know there's another one bottom down west stairs and he says hello with a C4. One down below, send the Glaz down to try and find them, and unfortunately this Glaz is going to have to bring it back from the brink. 1v3. Makes it a 1v2. But gives away his position. Now he has got an eternity to work with here inside of this one. Right, we've got ages to work with. You spot one on top of the hatch here, you have an idea that one might be trying to charge down Solarium, but no, it's not going to be the case. Drop the diffuser, bait down the Solace. They know exactly where they think that diffuser's going down, but in reality, the Glaz has forgone, sneaking downstairs. Do you know about the one that's dropped the hatch? I don't think you have a clue. There's one inside of the site with you, and he's going to be the one to clean out the job. Lovely bit of mind games there from the Glaz. Do like to see it. You recognise you're a Solace on the other side. So, drop the diffuse on now. But unfortunately, they spot you on the default cam, and unfortunately, because you're over on that side of the map, you don't hear the yellow drop in, and no drones in sight, so you will pay for it. Start to feel we've got a game in our hands here. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of a touch, a little bit of a tint.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Here we go. Let's have a game on our hands, shall we, folks? Why not?
Attackers have located a bomb.
As I say, you play these qualifiers, you really want to actually have, you know, some good games here, especially earlier on in these qualifiers. And I believe this is a qualification game? No. Next one's qualification game. Next game is the qualification game. Winner of this one will play Devil Esport EU for a spot inside of the main bracket.
10 seconds to go.
Devil Esport EU being composed of Loris, Urosh, Gambina, King,
5
Zabusa,
seconds to
Shrike, and
insertion.
Gafato. So those are your options. On the other side, winner of that will play that. Winner of this will play
Attackers
those.
are moving to defuse a bomb.
Yeah, okay. There's some solid shouts in here. Certainly, to say the least. I like what I see cooking from the attack here. Got a blitz, got a Glaz, got a send. Things are going to be fast, things are going to be furious. It's just a matter of who and where and what. There we go. Using the Thatcher as well there, try and catch any C4s out of midair to try and deny the apply. There won't be C4s you've got to worry about. Instead, they've got the perfect operator on the flip side of this. It's going to be the Warden of Siemens. You can see directly through the smoke, has the right idea about the one planting, and he's got a shield protecting him, but it can't protect him when you can see clean through. Gets the pick back, and unfortunately Jumper's just unable to formulate anything inside of this round. They're getting dismantled piece by piece by piece. Now you got 2 players left, no map control, nothing to their name. Other than the fallen bodies of their comrades. Locked outside of a window, 0 map control. The diffuser is in the room you want it to be. We're going to take some positives. We're going to take some wins. The diffuser is in the correct room. It is inside of games, but unfortunately, you didn't go beep boppy boo. It's not planted. You have to go and get it. Really unfortunate.
Drones activated.
Rockbell getting a little like a Christmas tree. Watchdog very much cornered inside of muds here. Nice commiseration pick on towards Joe. That gets sassy as well. Found at least. But has to be careful of the one running out. You have the ping directly on towards him, but you're effectively cornered out unless you can somehow snake your way through him, but it's just not going to happen, is it? No. Great stuff coming in from the side of Labimbe there. And a good round going their way. What are you man at the halfway point? Well, the attack, they've been playing aggressive. A lot of Glaz play, a lot of fast, furious. So I'd probably expect to see something kind of in that regard as well. Defense-wise, you're probably going to want to get rid of someone. Mira, she's a bit of a pickle, but that's just a given no matter where you go, no matter what you do. You're going to Mira. Okay. Was right on the one that I thought I would not be right on. Also, as a European, we don't have aircon units. If you're wondering what this remote I keep fiddling with is, I have an aircon unit now. I've acquired an aircon unit. I'd love to show you, but unfortunately my bed's not made and it's embarrassing. But yeah, it is actually divine because I recently got a new computer. It's a wonderful computer, but unfortunately, it turns my room into a literal oven a lot of the time. So it's like, yeah, no, I don't really love that for myself because it's just like an oven in here. The airflow's not great in my room either. I've got 3 monitors. It gets pretty warm in here. So having an aircon unit to try and fight some of that is actually divine. Because, you know, maybe I've had to have it on for a grand total of like an hour. Not even that today, I don't think. Where it's literally just been on for like an hour, for like
Attackers are moving out
half an hour or so, I'd probably say. It cools down my room and then I turn it off and I don't need to flip it back on for another couple hours. Obviously, probably will need to do a little bit more now than I did back when because what's the word? Computer's now on. When I was working, computer was off, so it's just my little laptop. And that thing does. My little work laptop does not output as much heat as a computer with 5080 in it does. That thing's like a great computer. I do not love that aspect of it. Wow, slower start to this round. Not so aggressive right off the bat here. And right as I say that, Sassy on the Oryx, one we do not see every day. Typically for good reason, but it's very aggressive and a very flexible lineup here coming in from the side of Labimbe. Looking at their defense, you've got Simmons on the Scoposh. You had Sassy on the Oryx. Solis as well. A lot of movement, a lot of flexibility inside of this one, but Levy's got to be careful there. Luckily, Solis not careful of the grenade he's thrown down. Jumpers secure an advantage. Eddie on a deep incursion inside a bar. We'll go on the Soliton scanner. Well, he had a drone floating about, probably spot it out, but not entirely sure where the push is going to be coming from. So it's really a difficult situation to work your way out of. Fortunately, though, for the attack, they have the death mark available. They've ID'd the Solace, so they can hunt her down if they choose to do so. It's more of just a question of do they know where she is. Hello, Mr. Puffo. It is me blessing your eardrums with some fabulous video games and some fabulous Rainbow Six Siege national qualifier for BeSerious. I don't need to run down the T2 circuit. You know the T2 circuit. How has your day been, my lovely? Hope it has been good. Hope you have had a wonderful Friday. I'm glad it's the weekend, I'll tell you that. But I hope you yourself had a A fun little week. We were literally yapping yesterday. You'll be proud. You'll be proud of me. I did my placements. I played some ranked off my own free will. I solo queued ranked for quite a bit this morning. It was brilliant. And actually got a decent ranking. Just like Simmons finds a decent pick there on towards Gravity. Jopap follows up with a second there. Suddenly a 2v2 situation. Gets aggressive on the Vector. Finds the Blackbeard. It's all up to Rockbell. And Rockbell unfortunately can't do much. And it will be a quick end to the round there. But the defense continue their streak. 3 in a row now, I believe, for Labimbe. You have been sleepy. Oh, bless you. It's sad. It is sad weather. It's grey outside. It's grey. I don't like it. I want the sun back. What is the weather next week, actually? This is a really important part of going on holiday next week. What is the weather in Milan next week? Okay, I've already got Thursday and Friday, but so far so good. It's sunny. 26, 28. Okay, it's not horrendous. We can cope with that. But yeah, the weather actually makes you kind of miserable when it's sad, like.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
I found, like, as well, because I work from home on Fridays, more so, the Fridays are very much like, ugh. I just want to move. I just want to go and do things, but I'm chained to my desk by the fact that I've got work to do. Like, I've got a job. Ugh. Got my jobs.
10 seconds left before
But these siege
insertion.
events aren't going to pay for themselves, you know. And someone
5 seconds to insertion.
has to go to Comlan and yap about it.
Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
And also just miss the siege people. Like, Paris feels like an eternity ago, which, to be fair, it was 4 months ago at this point. Paris was a while ago. And you weren't there either, Bob. You weren't in Malta either. So realistically, the last... Brian, it's 4 teams from this qualifier, so the top 4 will directly go into the main event, and then I believe it is, I would say it's 6 from each of the other qualifiers. Give me a second, I'll have a look. Yeah, it's 4 teams from this qualifier, which is all tonight, and then 6 teams from Qual 1, 6 teams from Qual 2. Yeah, flights aren't helpful for you to get into the UK. I mean, the trains aren't much better, but at least I can cope. The flights really don't help. I actually need to work out who I'm going to cast with for Comlan, because it was, unfortunately something came up for Golu, so he is not coming Comlan anymore. So I actually need to go and work out who we've got at Comlan and see who's not got someone to cast with, and pester them into duoing up for the duration of the event. I don't like this tension. I feel like something's about to kick off. There you go. C4's going to go. A lot of damage on towards Levy. Not enough to confirm a kill. And Eddie's can't support as well. Mimbe really putting a lot of value on this top floor, as they probably should be, considering you are defending downstairs towards the kitchen dining site. 3 players now up there. I know you will. I am manifesting it. Imagine us together on a LAN. That's going to be like if me and you work together on this LAN, it's going to be absolutely insufferable. On this LAN, it's going to be amazing. 2 players together on a LAN. What could go wrong? For jumpers, quite a lot can go wrong, apparently. 2 players down for the count. Your shield as well. Low HP. You have secured control of bedroom, but uh-oh, Jopap sends C4. And he will be able to collect his pick. 2v5 now. Rugbell and Watch Doge, 1 each. But unfortunately can't get any more than that. 1v2. No. User. In a little bit of treacherous water, you will grab it and you will quickly swim your way, find your way back to shore, but unfortunately in this case, shore is a hungry pack of dogs waiting to eat you up, and Labimbe really started to pick up the pace now. What was a close start to the game is just not really amounting to that as it trails on. Yeah, Loki though. I would actually love to cast together at LAN Bob. I think it'd be so much fun. And you're also like one of the few people in this scene that we can probably be at similar head levels on the camera. Like, there's so many people in this in this scene that I know, like casters,
Defenders,
that are
protect
like
your bombs from
up
being
to like
defused
here
by
on me.
attackers.
So they either
Attackers
need a
have discovered
box
the
or
location of a bomb.
I'm like having to duck down here. So you're like one of the few people that I feel like we could be in frame together. It'd be nice. Ghost, this isn't a it's an EML secondary circuit event. It's run by a lot of the Italian community. So it's going to be a lot. So it's run by the Italians. So we've got this Italian/national qualifier tonight, which to qualify for this one you need to have 2 players
remaining.
residing in Italy. 2 players playing from or residing in Italy.
5 seconds to insertion.
I don't know if it's actively residing or whether they just could be from Italy but living somewhere else. I'm not actually sure.
Attackers are
I feel like
moving to
it's
defuse
either
the
or you
bomb.
can have. But anyway, you've got to have 2 Italians on your team.
Looks like I got
And then you can play in this qualifier. 4 teams will qualify, and then next week are the 2 open qualifiers, which any Tier 2 team can join. So you'll probably see all your normal suspects here. Here, I think the biggest known team will probably be Maestro Esca. That'll be the best known team here inside of this qualifier. But I'm not calling out all the shorties. Like we do love it. We do love our short kings and queens in the siege scene. I'm just, you know, I'm just being realistic here. You know, I'm thinking of production logistics. You know, you gotta look out for your production guys. So one less job for them. And also, I'm sure the siege community doesn't want like the top of someone's head or my nipples in camera, one or the other. Don't want that. Yeah, so it's 2 out of 5 Italians for this first stub, for this first qualifier here. Top 4 qualify, so you've got this game, which is round of 16 we're currently in. You know what? I'm going to add that to the title, actually, so you know where we're at. I feel like that would be a welcome addition. There you go, round of 16. We are currently in. Levy's currently in the building, tearing up work. Got these segues today. After this match, can we see bird watchers? Certainly can do. I don't know any of the teams. I'm going to flat out put it out there. I don't know many of these teams, so... No, I didn't say the top of someone's head on my nipples. I said the top of someone's head or my nipples. Because I'm going to demonstrate this now, right? I'm getting up and actually demonstrate. Because the thing is, right, so if you've got a short person, you've got me in frame here, and then the short person, you're going to just have, like, the top of their head. They're going to be in frame like this. Or you've got the short person in, like, normal size of the frame, and then when it comes to me, you've just got, like, nipple cam, and you really do not want constant grubby nipple cam. Unless you're freaky like that. In which case, get help. Oh, J-Pap's cornered in this situation. Not much you can do there. I think, unfortunately, Sven's down below. C4 in hand, ready to throw it up from Barb, but might just be too little too late at this point. You get one on towards Levy, but is that going to be enough to turn around over? You're all on low HP. One of their players is low, but not quite finished. A few ideas about the one above. Bird watchers ready. We should be able to catch bird watchers, I think. Maybe. We might be able to catch. It depends how long the other game that they're playing. Because I've got a feeling it'll finish before us. Unless Libimbe just storm through the remaining couple of minutes of this game. We'll see what happens. But I've put a note there. We'll watch bird watchers. Oh! Cap trap! He's going for the plant! You see him! There you go! The cap trap got a kill! Cinema! Absolute siege. Absolute siege. Absolute siege, that one. Martina Brambati. I don't know what that means. I don't speak Italian. Something about a Capcan trap. It has occurred to me this is an Italian qualifier. They're going to speak Italian, and I don't know a word of Italian. Which is concerning, considering I'm going to be there next week with someone who also does not speak Italian. But, fuck it, we ball. Aperol spritz in the sun, and I will be a happy man. I can die a happy man. Yeah, Ghost, I'm with you on that. Maestro Esca, I think, are probably the firm favourites to probably win it out here, I think, tonight. Yeah, I think they're the most well-known team out of this one. They're not really having. I don't think they've made any changes to their lineup to play in the Italian qualifier. I think it's pretty much the standard lineup, to my knowledge, with this one for these guys. I mean, and they're also just a really great side. So I think they're the favourites. I would be surprised to see them.
Located a bomb.
I would be disappointed to see them not win, and I would be surprised. I would be surprised to not see them qualify, but I'd be disappointed to not even see. No, I'd be surprised not to see them qualify. I'd be
10 seconds.
No,
to insertion.
English. I would be disappointed not to see them qualify. I would be
5 seconds
surprised not to see them win. But I've worded that wrong around. What will I be doing in
Attackers are
Italy, Bob?
heading out
I
to
will
defuse
be.
the
So I'm literally just visiting, like literally just a holiday, not actually doing anything. There is a spreadsheet called Italy in it. I can find it. There's a wonderful spreadsheet called Italy in it. I'm just going to quickly flip over to the desk, which is just basically a list of stuff that we've had we've spotted that we might want to do. Nothing is actually concrete yet in terms of what we're doing over there. So we're literally just visiting, and I was just like, hey, look, it's the Italian qualifiers. Exactly. I've got the right words, just not in the right order. Italy in it goes, so I'm glad you think so. The names of some of our spreadsheets, like the ones that I have, are just fabulous. And files and notes as well. My last set of in the last like squad review, me and Golu did. Like some of the notes I wrote, I'm just looking back on them. I'm like,
Get ready for the breach.
read them out after this round. It's probably like, you know, watch this, because I think this is a pivotal round here, right? Obviously, set first round of the new half. Beyond that, it's also just going to be a case of Libimbe staring on that match point. And they would quite like this match point. I think they'd like this one over and done with as soon as possible. That's always going to be going on through. And we've also just had word, semis and finals are not played tonight. I don't think they're played because the top 4 advance anyway. So we've only got like a few games. I thought we were going all the way. And Sassy's going all the way here to try and get this one done for Libimbe. Jumpers down to 3. And it's now down to Levy on his lonesome in a 1v4. Makes it a 1v3, does get the first. Unfortunately, no more than that. Libimbe prompt themselves on towards a match point here. One more to go. And then they get their qualifier game. They get the round of 8 / the qualifier match, and then that is the last one we actually play tonight. So it's only like three games we watched tonight, which is depressed, but it's okay. Because we will be back tomorrow for Combine. So it's not like we're running out of T2 stuff to watch anytime soon. I don't know if any of you have seen like the T2 calendar, like the actual like Notion calendar.
Need to locate
All the
and
players and
defuse as many
all that
bombs
gets
as
in
they
the
can.
EML Challenger Circuit Discord. But holy guacamole, when you put it on a calendar with all of the different events, it's like a full-time. It's more than a full-time. It's literally like every night for the next like 3 months is just T2 event, T2 event, T2 event, T2 event, T2 event, T2 event, 7 days, 7 days a week. It's just absolutely stupid. Ghost, I saw a little bit of Tom earlier today, as in I just saw he was blue. I didn't
10
actually
seconds to go.
incur Tom Smurf. Like you've even written it in there.
5
Yeah, I
seconds
saw
left.
I saw a little bit of Tom this morning. I was in there for about 5-10 minutes just in
Attackers
between
must
meetings at work,
locate
and I was
and
like,
defuse a bomb.
he's blue. The good old solo queue Smurf in his solo queue ranked games. Where did he end up? Did you watch all that way? Where did he end up? Ooh, you spotted him. You see him. Interestingly, no Dokey. Very interesting. No Dokey. Considering how much of her we've seen. Oh, unfortunate. Just getting caught, unfortunately, there. Poor Ronka. Well, he was on his main account, wasn't he? No problem, Puffo. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you for stopping by, and we'll hopefully probably chat over. We'll probably see you over the weekend. Are you doing Combine? I'm hoping. I hope we'll see you over Combine this weekend. Tom hit platform. Go Sherlock. I feel like a proud dad, except that man's double my age. So, really. Oh, Albu, getting stuck in, getting aggressive. Good start here. Jumpers. Certainly something in this round for them. I think a little bit more than perhaps previously has gone so for them. But I think it's all about here, how long do you hold your ground? Because they're knocking on the door of the objective, and unfortunately for you, still got half the round out to play for here. Forced into a tricky spot by the frag grenade. Just going to have to run Albu caught right out. Gravity down for the count as well. And Jumpers just crumbling at the moment. Unable to really stand to the tail of things. Prompting Doge to have to get aggressive, have to go quite boisterous to try and turn the tides on this one, but caught in the cross, it's not going to happen. Leaves it on to Levy, hit down by the Blackbeard, sent out of the lobby, and Labimbe will close out the game in a 7-1 fashion. Quick, speedy lobbies all around tonight, we find ourselves. And unfortunately for the side, it is game over for them. They can try again in the open qualifiers. But Jumpers will just have to wait a little bit longer. That is tragic. Is Bob still doing Valorant? I don't know. I can't lie, I don't watch a lot of Valorant. I'm going to a Valorant event. I don't know if Bob's still, like, disappeared yet, but I'm going to a Valorant event. The Siege Land Fever has gotten to me, so I've gone and purchased tickets for Valorant. Like, I've gone and purchased... my order number. Like, I've gone and purchased like Valorant Masters tickets. Yeah, the Masters London, because like I'm only like an hour out from London, so yeah. So I was just like, you know what? It's an hour out from London. The tickets, I couldn't get the tickets for the grand final, but I got the tickets for the semi-finals. And yeah, I was just like, you know what? Let's go and give it a go. I don't think it's going to hit the same as the Siege event. I've got to be honest. I mean, slight bias aside, but you know, I don't think it's going to be quite the same as the Siege event. But yeah, I'm gonna go hit up Valorant Masters London. So if anyone is going to be there, I would just drop a message. I'd love to come and say hi, because I actually don't know anyone who is going towards that one. Yeah, I was surprised it was only the copper box, because the thing is, right, last time a Riot game was in London, if I'm not mistaken, was League of Legends Worlds, and they did that at like the O2, and I almost went to that, not because I wanted to watch I gotta pull the clip out. I don't think I could play it because the sound will be copyrighted, but yeah, it's quite a small, and it packed out like incredibly quickly. Like it just filled, and I was just like, oh, there's like no, yeah, there's no like seats here, and I was at work in a meeting, so I got to the tickets like 15 minutes later, and I just couldn't get a grand final ticket, which was a bit disappointing. But go and watch the semi-finals at least. It'll just be fun to go and watch an event that's not Siege, I think. You know, finals major as well. End of this year, I'm thinking of going to as well. Just because, you know, the finals, I've been loving watching that lately, so if that's still going later this year, I'm still enjoying it, I'll probably go and watch it. But anyway, while I was watching, wanted to go and watch League of Legends, was because I was like, so if you can't tell by, like, the massive fucking poster behind me, I'm quite a Linkin Park fan, and I was like, hey, Linkin Park are in London. I missed the previous concert. So I was like, I was tempted to go to League of Legends just for the sake of watching Linkin Park. I would recommend watching this performance. This is actually sick. Like, scream to lift a trophy. We need this in Siege. You know, fuck, I'm gonna play with sound. Consequences be damned. Let me get some sound going on this thing. here you go. Right, this is... I'm going to just turn this down slightly, right. But this is the best way to reveal a trophy, like, come on! Okay, I'm going to stop playing that before I get smitten by the Twitch copyright gods. But yeah, this was awesome. This was cool. This was like the League of Legends World Championship Invitational equivalent. Almost went to this. And ended up actually, because I ended up watching it online anyway, and I ended up watching it. It was actually, like, I do not like League of Legends. I really do not like. Do I have some kind of audio virtual mixer? No. Well, I don't know. I'll be honest, I know nothing about sound, and is the wire on this long enough? Camera. Actually, no, I'm not going to touch that camera because the last one touched that camera. It, everything broke. So I'm just going to leave that camera for 2 seconds and do video capture. Let's do... Go. Right. Ah, it's my camera. Yeah, here you go, phone camera. So this is my this is my thing box, my thingy bobby box. Why does it say like? There you go. Yeah. So like that is my Focusrite audio. I don't know what to call that. And then I just have that routed into these lovely headsets that I have on my face. And then that just routes into OBS, which is snazzy. This is how I entertain myself, by the way. Needed Elgato hardware, yeah. Equivalent for it to be used with any hardware. Yeah, I don't. I've seen the Elgato one. I've seen the Elgato. Oh, like my desk isn't a desk; it's a kitchen countertop. That's been done to the wall because I am a tall person. I've got chunky fucking legs, right? So normal desks are like if you imagine like this is my leg, right? Like a normal desk is like here for me. So my dad basically strapped a kitchen countertop so I can have it higher, so I can like, get in under it properly. So yeah, shout out Dad. but it does also mean I have nothing behind there. So A, it eats dust, and B, the cable just looks really ugly. But yeah, I've seen all the Elgato audios, and I really want to go and have a play with it. Something I just don't have the time to. But this is also the setup. I don't think I've like ever shown anyone entirely like the setup. That we have this is the updated setup. It's pretty slick, and we have Grab PFE. Let's do Travi room tour while we wait. We've still got like 1 or 2 more players to get into the lobby. So we have shelf of all sorts of fun bits. We have a lot of like pins from Siege events down on this one, which is quite fun. Like a lot of people at Siege have been very kind to give me various like goodies at events and stuff. So some like you can pin up at the top there. And a couple of other like little goodies and bits and bobs as well. We have this from like a uni siege tournament that I did. Little like chibis and all that kind of stuff as well. So there's some like cool like siege bits and bobs in here, which is kind of fun. But yeah, room tour. Something to do while we're waiting for the game to go. We're gonna be watching Birdwatchers. So those of you Birdwatchers fans in chat, as you may have seen by the stream title. We are watching Birdwatchers. The Fantex. What is a Fantex MV5? Google Fantex MV5. What is a Fantex MV5? I don't know what computer this is. Ghost. I'll be honest. When I bought it, I think it might be. Looking at it, it looks like a Fantex MV5. Yeah, Googling it, it looks like it. Yeah, the cases, yeah. Yeah, it looks like it. I won't lie, it's a pre-built. That particular the PC, it is a pre-built. Reason being is I couldn't AB bothered / have the time to build it myself, and also on top of that, it was actually cheaper, which is, I know is like weird, but because I've got my old PC down there, which I need to find a home for. Yeah, it'd just be significantly cheaper just to get that, and it was also just like, I don't want to wait around, I just want to play with it. It was like a first little paycheck present to myself along with this monitor that I'm using, which 100% this monitor is the best thing I've ever purchased. Like, I kid you not, I love this monitor. It is a, I know someone's going to ask me what it is. It is an MSI M36 something. It's, yeah, it's, let me see if I can find it. Yeah, it's one of their like newer monitors. It is like one of the like 1440p. Here we go. It is. Yes, it's this bad boy. It is this bad boy here. Was a little pay. This alongside the computer itself was a little payday treat to myself for my first paycheck of my real job, and I can wholeheartedly, I can recommend the computer. The computer is sick, but this monitor is like night and day difference. Because before, my other monitor, the one up here, no, this is on. It's like an old IPS, 144 hertz. And like, I like the OLED. I like the 1440p. It is nice. It's not a bad monitor, and also comparatively price-wise as well. because yeah, overclockers. Yeah. That I think I bought it. I want to say I bought it from Overclockers, if I'm not mistaken. Was it Overclockers or Scan I got this monitor from? Scan. Scan, yeah. Yeah, so I actually bought it from Scan. Not these guys. Just Googled MSI, NPG, and that's what came up. But yeah, this is the monitor that I bought. It is quite nice. I do very much recommend it. 360 hertz OLED panel. It's very keen. Someone sponsor me. I don't. Yeah. What other gaming tech? Like, these headsets are very nice. Audio Technica headset. I love these headsets. I really like this headset. But enough waffling about headsets. Enough waffling about rubbish. We've got a game in our hands, ladies and gentlemen. Qualified match here for the BeSerious Italian qualifiers. Let's go for it. 100% Ghost. To actually, you know, I'm actually going to give credit to both Scan and Overclockers, because when I bought the monitor, both were showing as like out of stock on the website. They just didn't really give you an estimate. And I just reached out in like the live chat, that annoying guy. I was just like, is there any chance you know when it's going to come back in stock? And both of them within like 10-15 minutes were like, oh yeah, this is an exact date. And I only got it from Scan off memory because it was a bit sooner. Hello, Ted. How dare you? Calling me Trevor. No, I'm joking. My name is Trevor. How you doing, good sir? You ready for the Comlan in a couple of weeks? I'm still upset you're not playing. That hurts. Like, please play. I really would love to cast you play Siege. Or better yet, I need a caster for the event. If Bob can't come, I'm just saying, do you want to replace Bob for the weekend? Because Golu can't come anymore, so I bought... So, Golu can't come. If Bob can't come, do you want...
Defenders protect your bombs from being
Comlan
defused by
Ghost
attackers.
is at Staffordshire Uni, so Stoke-on-Trent. I believe it is. Ted, I am thinking, I have like an idea vaguely, because I've got like a few friends that are coming to like it as well, a couple of which don't know anything about, like so I haven't pitched this to Amguns, so Amguns, if you're watching, you get to hear it live with everyone else. I don't know if we will do this, so massive like fuck off size grain of salt on this one, but it's a community event, it's a Comlan event.
Left.
I was just like, why don't I just cast with people from the Siege community? Like, I just grab people that fancy giving
5
casting a
seconds
go. 'Cause
left before insertion.
we've got, you know, we've got quite a few. I think we've got like 3 duos.
Attackers are moving out
I
to
think we've got
locate a
2
bomb and
duos
defuse it.
confirmed, and then plus me plus whoever I get. I think. So my logic was, if I can't find anyone to duo up with, rather than just like making someone from other duo work overtime on the day. I'll just like grab people that just want to be like cast a game or two for the fun of it. Because I find it quite fun to cast to people that don't cast very often. It's not the best cast in the world, but you know, it's a great cast at Comlan anyway. Like, it's all about fun, so it'll be fun. So, if we don't find anyone, I'll pitch back to Guns and see if he'll let me bring people on, including my friends that have never watched a game of Siege in their life, that are just going because I was like, it'll be fun. There was some recent event. What was the last Siege event in the UK? It might have been the last Comlan, I think, which was like a year and a bit ago, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, the last Siege event was the one I played in, wasn't it? Rampage. Because I played in it. Got shit on in it. Just like poor old Bless got shit on there by Daney. And to find the first hit, Flexby Bonds 2! And he makes it 2! Can he make it the third? Swinging out here onto Dua Lipa! How the hell she'd get in here? Not quite able to find a pick, unfortunately. Dua Lipa will indeed shut him down. Epic Land, yeah. I really want Epic to do Siege events. Epic Land don't do Siege at the moment, and it's really depressing. I would love for Epic Land to do Siege. They do CS, Valorant, and StarCraft, I think. And we'll be going. We'll be hopefully going to Epic Land. If anyone's going to Epic Land, I'm hoping that we'll be able to go to this one. I was meant to go to the last one, and then was still sick from Paris. But hopefully be going to this one just to wander around and say hi to people. What a username is Dua Lipa, by the way. Can we just pause for 5 seconds? Dua Lipa fanboy. What a fucking username. That is a banger of a username. New favourite player to cast has been located. Either way, though, a lot of pressure on the Birdwatchers early on. Here, 2v4 situation are on the offense. They're going to have to get aggro to try and close this round out here. Slosh does just that. Unfortunately, can't quite win the gunfights out. And it leaves it all up to Dua Lipa fanboy, cornered in Oil Pit. Frantega going to secure those tickets right before Dua Lipa fanboy does. Are we going to get some really crappy song puns? Yes, we are. When was the last time I actually listened to any Dua Lipa songs? That is a good username. What have I? We've got Storms, Asian Investor. Bless, Demon. What's some nice usernames? It's a fun game. Like, this is all I'm here for. So I'm just here for some fun games tonight, right? Like, so I'm dead. Like, we're just here for some fun Siege tonight. That is what we're here for. Just kind of like, you know, enjoy it, watch it. There are some other qualifier games going on. I probably should have actually, rather than waffling about what's in my room, I probably should have pulled up the bracket. I'm just going to do so while we're on the prep phase quickly. So we're not going to play the semi-finals and grand finals. Like, that doesn't get played tonight, or at all, I don't think. It's just a case of who qualifies, who doesn't. So in terms of qualification games, it's just these final few games here. We've got Blexby Bond and Birdwatchers, one we're watching. It'll be Maestro Eska versus Devil Blue and Arias, which... Okay, yeah, we probably won't get to watch that by the time it starts. And then Lesepi, Blind Owls, and Devil and the Bimbe. So these are the teams that will be qualifying. 4 of these 8 will qualify through. There you go. Arias. So that's who's going to be qualifying through from this qualifier, if you are curious. And then that will be it for tonight, unfortunately, already. It's early days, but yeah, unfortunately that will be all. Hellbent on getting Ted on cast now. Now he's like, now I've said it to you, Ted, and you're like on board with the idea. I'm like, you know, fuck it, it might be fun. Like, I think it would actually be well fun to have you on a cast.
Hard breaching.
Get you going on the cast. You know. It's fun. Like, you never know, you might actually fucking really enjoy doing it. That's how I started in this. I was just like, this is fun. I'm going to keep doing it. And 18 months later, still doing... 18 months? Yeah, about 18 months now. Still doing the same thing. Still having fun. It's nice to vibe here tonight as well. Like, I'm not going to say anything about it. I'll continue here, Glaze, and do Elite Fanboy all night long. I need to talk to this person after this game ends. But we should probably talk about what's going on, which is the Blackbeard do Elite Fanboy themselves, getting themselves inside of the objective. Unfortunately, sent right back out with 2 quick kills coming from Blexby Bond. Birdwatchers on Fraudwatch, unfortunately, instead of Birdwatch. Not what I want to be right now, and try to make a move into cash, just can't quite happen. Bless from outside, we'll at least find Yomi slip through inside of the chaos, but with the team down around you, you've got no choice but to full send it in towards the server, and you will just be, unfortunately, locked out. It's down to Lambie. Nice shot on towards Storm in a 1v2, gives you position away, you know exactly where you're going to be going from right now. Keep the barricade locked down. Good news for you, you've got the DMR. Just open it right back up. And his army picture takes it out. BBB, the triple Bs, 2. 3v2. Ooh, nice little shot. Yeah, this is actually quite fun. I'm quite enjoying doing this. I'm just sitting here, just chilling. Like, not massively, like, watch party casting these games, if you like. Because I saw this was going on tonight, and I was like, I'm going to be free. I wouldn't mind just sitting and having a chat. Because especially like tomorrow when we do the actual combine quals, we're not going to really chat. It'll be me and Colin will be casting. More of a proper cast than just like what I'm doing now. So I was like, let's just have a chill cast. Why not? And because there's a lot of great people that I just love to yap to in this game, and I hate the fact that no one lives near me from the siege scene. I hate it. Why don't you all live next to me? Why can't we just have a town of siege people? God, could you imagine, like, not the people I know, but like just the wider community? Could you imagine like if you just had everyone that played siege in one city?
5 seconds left before insertion.
Ding. Yeah, I'm quite south. I'm nearish to London.
Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
London-ish, about an hour out. Yeah, I'm quite south. I'm like a while away from everyone. So there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people like Manny, Bristol area. It's not like impossible to go to. It's just effort and expensive, especially when I've only got weekends now. Full-time jobber. So. Hello, Slutshop Harry. Yeah, Amguns and Unnamed are both by London. They're quite close by. So like, a lot of events I'll go to, Amguns will end up going to. That epic one we were looking at last time going to. But yeah, even then I've still got to pay to get into London, which is like a silly amount of money. I think it's like 40 quid for me to get into London. Hello, Slutshop Harry. What are you using? Is that Harry or is that Harry? I know a lot of Harrys. I'm trying to think of which Harry this is, which of the many Harrys I know this could be, because I know quite a few Harrys. It is Harry. Amazing. It's me does not help. No, I know. The new job is very boring. I've been doing a lot of training, but it's paying the bills. It's keeping me occupied, out of trouble. But thank you for asking. It's going absolutely wonderfully. Oh my god, we should bring you both on the mic. Do a tri-cast. Might be on something here. This might be a good way to do it. It's an improvement. It's like tech consultancy is probably the best way to put it. So we're just kind of selling applications and then configuring and coding them for customers. Don't do a lot of actual making things. Do a lot more like documents and sales stuff and training mainly at the moment. But you know what? It's a start. It pays the bills. I'm happy enough there, and it gives me time to do Siege. Yeah, Harry, you know a phenomenal amount about Siege. Speaking of, probably cast some Siege as well, as that is kind of what we're here to do at some point in time. I mean, there's not really much going on right now. This is the thing with Clubhouse. It's the perfect yap and cast map, because nothing goes on, and then in 20 seconds it's going to hit in now, And 3, 2, 1, suddenly shit's about to hit the fan. People start about running in, killing each other. Oh, we're late here. 15 seconds to go. You've got to go through the smoke. You've got to charge on in deep here, trying to find something. Can you get the plant down? Dua Lipa fanboy. No will succumb to the toxic babe. Can't stick anything down here. Kills going back and forth. Left, right, centre across the board here. But there's only one team coming out on top, and that's Blexby Bond 2. And voila. There you go. You cast it around the clubhouse. Left it 15 seconds. Things occur. Round ends, we go back on towards it. Yeah, Ted, it's a step forward to where I want to be, and I think as I progress through it as well, there's options to lean more of a technical way. So there's definitely growth where I'm at, but yeah, it will be. It's a foot in the door, essentially, and I mean you've all seen the news in the UK at the moment. That's probably the hardest thing to get. So a foot in the door, I'm going to take it, roll with it, do what I can with it, and. Means more time to go siege. Yeah. Writing docs all day is just unrivaled amounts of fun. Like, I'm getting that. There's that Steam game where it's like you're typing, but it's a battle royale. I'd be great at that by now. Like 3 months in.
Locate and defuse bombs.
I'm professional typer. I feel like that is a title. Professional typer. But let's be on, though. Flawless site rotation has been completed. Back down towards the basement. And so far on their qualifying game, I mean, if there's one game tonight, you're going to pull out all the stops. This is the one. You will pull out everything and anything you've got here because
10 seconds to go.
You do this, you don't need to play next week, you don't need to worry about the open qualifiers, where, you know, admittedly I think the competition will get harder, you just got more diversity in opponents there, in addition to, you know, all of our big T2 hopefuls, you know, looking at this year, you know, your good intention, Japan Hones. They're not in this qualifier because they're not Italian. So, you will have, I think, a bit of a step up in the competition that you're likely to face next week. Here. It's a good opportunity to just get yourself locked in and hopefully get some rounds on the board. Well, let's just start on the way there. Francesco goes for a bit of an early aggressive peek and will pay dearly for it. Pay of his life. On towards the Valkyrie. Hits the lol in chat.
No enemies detected nearby.
Do love the Solid Snake voice lines. Love the Solid Snake voice lines. So nice. Better be hit ranked yet this season. Are we on the ranked grind yet?
Nothing on the radar.
Oh, we need. This is important. I need to work out where everyone's at. Is the beehive gonna go down? No, Storm almost does though. Run! He's getting out of there. He's gone. Bye bye. He's out of there. Trying to get the beehive through the hole. I think by the time you've gotten them through and threaded the needle, yeah, he's out of there. Still, 90 seconds left to play for here. Attack off to a good start. They can just take things slowly at this point in time. This is what you will see teams do on this kind of a clubhouse site, right? You've gotten the early pick. You've gotten one. That's all you really need out of this. You don't now need to play again. You don't now need to try and change the tide of the battle. You just let the round take its course. If you can get another one, great, but it's not worth putting yourself at risk for it because if you end up in a 4v4, that advantage you very nicely got at the start of the round, it kind of fizzles. And it puts the pressure on the defense here. Triple B to try and get that turnaround pick mentioned, but they're unable to do so. Shuaz, showing me. Army down. The ability to adapt it. You saw the head of Dua Lipa Fab, but we can't quite hit the shots. No, oh dear. We'll pay. We'll die. But the kill's going all over the place here. Back and forth, left and down. It's 2v2, but the players on the defense are on a sliver of HP, and unfortunately on a sliver of HP, the DMRs, everything becomes a one-tap weapon. Finally on the board, Birdwatchers will go down. Kind of sad, I can't lie. Rest in peace, Birdwatchers. That is sad. Rest in peace, Birdwatchers. No, they're underground. My words are not coming out, and this is also what happens when I'm like not entirely focused on the game. Like when my head is like 50-50.
Defenders, protect
I'm
your
still in work
bombs.
mode. So literally, as I said,
Used by
I literally
attackers.
come from work to this. Like I've not even had it. I've literally just disappeared for 5 seconds for dinner. I've been staring at a screen all day, so I'm still like in like work mode, which is AI shit. I've got to make some kind of like AI training thing for the team. Yeah, got to get that locked in. I mean, it's the last game of the night as already. I thought we'd have a couple more games to get like locked into, but no. This is the last game of the evening. I feel like that's
10
a
seconds
song
left.
you sing into the screen right now, but I don't actually know what it is.
5 seconds to insertion.
Litigate, deploy.
Attackers must locate.
So I was out with
defuse
my
the bomb.
friends last week, and we were in the Uber on the way to Spoons. We were doing pre's at her house, and then we were all in like this big like Uber. So 6 of us, so 3 and 3. And they're all sitting with each other. They're singing Pitch Perfect. It's like all these like popular songs, but they transition. You say a certain point, and then the next song starts, and they all knew like spot on where the transition to these songs, and it was so impressive. I was so like baffled by it. I'm just I think it's like a video or two of it, and I'm just like sitting there like, how do they know exactly when they're all going to start singing the next song? And apparently it's all from Pitch Perfect, which I've yet to watch. And I believe that is 3 night outs in a row now where Pitch Perfect has come up, and so I need to get on that. Maybe I'll do that this weekend. Pitch Perfect. Come on, I can work it. I can't work it out. Gotta get your head in the game. Gotta get your head in the game. No, I don't know. I don't know. But Birdwatchers, they've got their heads in the game now. One kill from Blexby Bond. 2 from Birdwatchers. He keeps them up. Oh yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I've heard. But they seem to love them. But they adore, like my friends, they adore these Pitch Perfect films. All of them. The whole group adores them. High School Musical. Is that what HSM is? Watch High School Musical. I want to watch Siege. You saw him. You saw his arm. Oh no, you can't quite get it. Slushy on the double. All luck to Tempesta. Now got the death mark on his head. It's a matter of time before he drops to the floor. The question is, who can gain that kill? It's not going to be Lambie. You know where the Deimos is. But what you should really be concerned about is the one on your right, because it's Dua Lipa fanboy. To get the job done and dusted. With it as well. Comes the second round for the Birdwatchers. High School Musical, goodness. I've not seen a lot of films, Ted. Like what are popular ones that like? So a lot of people like get mad at me for this. I don't think I have much defense to that. I don't know if it's
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
But yeah, there's a lot of films that like people get mad at me for not seeing. Star Wars is one of them. And then they get even more mad at me when I say the only one I've actually watched was the last one, like Rise of Skywalker, I think it was. I got bored halfway through and left to go to Greg's and just sitting there and wait for everyone else because the whole family wanted to go and I was just like, sure, what the heck. My mum went to see Avengers and just like Endgame and enjoyed it, so I'm like, I can just watch the last one and enjoy it. I was horribly wrong. So I just ended up leaving halfway through and going to Greg's. Only time I've ever left the film, actually, I think that one was. Lord of the Rings, not seen that.
5 seconds left.
Yeah, there's quite a Harry Potter films, never seen those, but, you know,
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
person who made those. There's that, but, yeah, there's a lot. But, yeah, I've not seen High School Musical. See, Star Wars were only good when they came out. We don't watch Harry Potter, Hogwarts Legacy doesn't exist, trans rights are human rights, it's quite simple. But, like, one thing is, and this is one thing that's like I love. Like, I love the Star Wars games. Star Wars games are my favourite things on this planet. Like we've got like the Jedi games, like Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor. Those games are amazing. I love those games, and I really want to play the third one. But I cannot wait for the third one to come out. I just know it's going to be amazing. Also, like the VR one was pretty fun as well. Like the one where you have Darth Vader Immortal. And the Outer Rim was played the Sorcerer. I know it's not official, but that is a lot of fun. Literally like the RPG
No time to
they've added. Oh, the things we do in the game of Siege. And like we say, this is the one perk of a Clubhouse game. Not a lot happens until kind of the last couple seconds of the round. So I'm not ignoring the game. Don't worry for folks that want to watch the game. I'm not ignoring it. I'm watching it. Just as you can see, we're halfway through the round. The attack have started on the top, worked their way down. In the next 60 seconds, they're going to get to work on towards the vertical. There's one C4 on the line of the mute, which can play. Other than that, it's not a lot of impacts, but yeah, this is one of these situations where it's a Clubhouse. There's so much that happens in Clubhouse, so many games of Clubhouse that we see in these qualifiers, they all play out the same. And it's probably one of my least favourite things to cast in this game. I really do not like casting the Clubhouse. No sloshy. That is a sense. Then that is quite a big blow to them. That's going to cost them there a bit later on in the round. And then that execute utility, what you really want to use cover, that kind of execute, that drop down the hatch, you're not going to be able to do so anymore, which now requires either a Solid Snake to secure himself a smoke grenade, or the firm art of Shuaz to get themselves some smokes inside. So it's just limiting your options a little bit here, and as we trickle down to the final couple of seconds, you're going to start to see where that one can pay off a little bit. Yella's going to know about the one going down the stairs, and that's the pick you really do not want to lose if you're bird watchers here. That's the man with the diffuser. It all circles around him getting into sight, meaning you're going to have to send Lambie down to try and pick up the pieces. And as Bless gets ticked away at, it's a flawless round coming in from Blexby Blonde and a beautiful closeout to the half. Battlefront 2 was class. Like both the old and the new one was class. Yeah, Z Invader just go. Yeah, the Battlefront 2 was like sick. Like Battlefront 2, like OG back in the day, like I used to play like Battlefront 1, like the co-op mode a lot of the time. We had this place in my town centre where, as a kid, we would be dropped off while my mum and dad went shopping, and one of the things we played a lot there was like Battlefront, OG Battlefront, and it was so much fun. Got fond memories of like not OG Battlefront, but like Battlefront 2014, 2015. That was a fun game. Battlefront 2 was good as well. As well, Battlefront is something I played a week or two ago now. Was on I like my VR stuff. Contract is one of like the VR shooter games. There's a Battlefront 2 mod for that, and it's basically a port of the PS2, like 2005, Battlefront 2 into VR. It's got a lot of the mechanics as well nowadays. Like it's got like the heroes, like the mechanics work similarly to modern Battlefront 2,
Attackers need
but
to
it's
locate and defuse
obviously the
as many
graphics of old
bombs as they
Battlefront 2
can.
because it's a mod and it's VR and standalone and whatnot. But being able to run around a Star Wars universe is so much fun, and then like coming in as a hero in VR is the sickest thing ever as well. There's also a Siege VR knockoff game, or not a knockoff game, it's kind of its own thing. I think calling it a knockoff is a disservice, but I've always thought about streaming that one day, just I think it'd be funny to watch the Siege people, because I don't think a lot of people know it exists. But it is very much Siege, as in, like, you are rappelling off of buildings, destruction, hatches. It's Siege with CSGO economy, basically, so it's not operators. It's
10 seconds
strike
left
in terms
before
of economy
insertion.
and utility, you buy it all. But that is very fun.
5
It's called
seconds remaining.
Breezes. I always thought about streaming that one day, just so I think it'd be fun.
Attackers' objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
This isn't Siege.
Camera in position. As designed. Kiba activated. Deployed. We have some time.
Let's be good start. And finally, we get to see some heavy action. Finally. It's been banned a lot tonight, and then, obviously, because of that, we don't get to see a lot of her. And then
Changing mags.
not everyone's been playing her, but I'd say probably, I think we've got, out of the 3 games we've watched tonight, we've had one half where Dokubi's been not banned, and she's been not played. Every other half she's either been banned or played quite extensively, one or the other. So she's got a very high presence at
Reloading! Cover me!
as we would refer to it. I'm hoping to see a little bit here from Yomi, what they can do.
Swapping mags.
Now going to need to pick up the slack a little bit as Francesca goes down. You know, you got to play her upstairs somewhere. You got to go and find them. You got a snake, and you've got a Dokkaebi to deal with it. It should be easy-ish pickings. Plus, you've got him cornered, and you know him where he is, but you can't quite commit to holding the angle because you've got pressure from down below. It's a real nice problem that Birdwatchers have set up for the offense right now. New Doki is absolutely busted, Ted. Put it that way, quite simply. You'll probably notice if you watch like Rumble, Combine, or like something like the very criminal crop of T2, and especially when we get into T1. If she's not banned, she's played. Otherwise, she's just bad. She is insanely strong because so many situations where if you're playing coordinated at all in the slightest with her, it's basically you either lose half your HP and tank the damage, or you're forced into a gunfight. Essentially, it's very insane. And even when you're safe, like it's just such a she's just busted. She needs some toning down because like here, if she was to go and target Bless, if they get the ping onto her. I mean, they don't need, obviously, it there, but let's see if we can find a situation of it. I don't know if you'll quite get to it in this round, because it's one of those where I find it can easily change an even situation and always dominate an advantage. In a situation where you're not doing so well, like here, for example, because there's no pressure on these defenders at the moment, it's very easy for them to deal with it. The minute that pressure dials up, if you then start to apply the Jaeger payload with something else that's going on, that's when she starts to become very oppressive. But like right now, you can see it, these defenders, they're not really too concerned until these hatch drops are going to go on through. And then there you go, Yumi's going to get the kill, will be traded back though, other direction. Birdwatchers holding their advantage on one side of Motor, will be cornered on out, but luckily Danny's coming towards the site, got 2 massive kills, but will be shut on down eventually by Lambie. Storm, Lambie, 1v1 for the round. Plant's going down. Can you get to it? Can you deny it in time? You're going to hear the player coming, but the clock's not on your favour here. You have to just stick it. You have to commit it down, and unfortunately, in that case, you will lose it. Yeah, they get a great showcase of it in that round, necessarily. But there's been quite a few instances so far where it's just, yeah. New Dokkaebi is very good. I would highly recommend taking the advantage, especially if you play ranked, take advantage before she can be banned. Because if you're not bringing her, it's just throwing. I can't lie. Like flat out, that is just how I see it. If you're not bringing new Dokkaebi, it's just flat out
Defenders,
throwing.
protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Why have I got 20 Twitter notifications? What the fuck has occurred? Why have I...
Activate jammer. Reinforcing wall.
What has occurred? I opened up Twitter for like the first time, and I've got Panahone throwing shade at Fnatic, and then 20 Twitter notifications from various sources. It's a lot of
10 seconds to go.
It's a lot of Italian and also a lot of clip. Why are we clipping?
5 seconds
guys,
to
I'm not
insertion.
casting. Do I have to lock it and cast? Because there's clips.
Attackers' objective is to locate a bomb
Let's
and
cast
defuse it.
well. Let's properly do this. Social media admin, if you're watching, this one's for you. We get a nice clip for you. How about this? We even take the camera off because I'm gonna sit here like this, like I do when I'm casting. I don't really want forehead cams, so let's dodge the camera and let's watch around. Let's see what goes on through here. So, bedroom gym. All good rounds start here. Birdwatchers, of course, winning the previous one. Will not be able to return back down towards the basement extension, out towards cash, as we would expect to see from them. A fairly standard default kind of hold here. Ted, do enjoy your DVD, my friend. Have a wonderful evening. Can't believe you're playing that cursed game, but hope you enjoy it nonetheless. As for this attack, though, they want to hopefully enjoy themselves some win here. Wasn't the greatest start to Blexy Bond. Sloshy on the staircase. Going to hear the players within touch and distance, but the barbed wire buys you time to take off the phone. Momentarily, you're safe here, but you can already see it. Construction wall being opened on up. Can't quite get the cash wall opened. As bit of difficulty here for the attack until it gets opened wide up by Yomi, but then will be traded back immediately. C4 got to go over towards the top here. You know about a player in the corner from the origin of it, and Franche will be able to collect on that information. Great pressure here from Blexby Bond. Starting to move across the map now. You can see Birdwatch is having to relocate some players to try and deal with this added pressure. Shuaz going to be holding out from Wodgy's side, facing on in. Instead of the attack, it's mainly a bit of a relocation out here towards Highway, as the push inside of construction just isn't really going the way that I think you'd want it to do so here. Some pressure, sort of Blodgy Hatch side wouldn't really go amiss right now for these attackers, and I think that's what they're going to do. The question is, do they still have the manpower to commit to spreading out over all of these different angles? Defense, phenomenal job holding the line, keeping themselves nice and steady in this one. 70 seconds on the clock. Good time watching. You can see the head of the player on the rappel. You tried to take the gunfight, will lose out on it. Let's keep on, secure the advantage inside of this one. Solidify it even further with Lambie going down. All goes up to Shuaz here. The 2v3 situation. The attack can try to get themselves inside the site if they want to do so. But they want a defense. Give them that window. Recover the teammate, bring them on up. Stalemate temporarily emerges with the advantage of the attack card. They're going to continue to press on it there. Tempesta with one. Diffuser going down. You know where this final player's got himself cornered into. You'll be able to take down the one behind the chassis. Storm momentarily holding the line down on the diffuser. Gun back up now. And this is where disaster strikes really here for the Birdwatchers. As they've got to try and pick this one out. You've got yourself 1 versus 1 here. Tempesta's on the roof. Can't quite cover the teammate. But now you've got to try and get this diffuse countered. You've got to try and disable it. The player's on the roof. He's in the perfect position to hold it. All he needs to do is play the clock, play it masterfully. Shuaz tuck himself deep inside of a corner here. We hear the player jump on down, trying to bait him on out, and he will take the bait indeed. But unfortunately for Blexby Bonds, they're not going to shake away from it, and Birdwatchers can't quite pull off the ninja defuse. We'll lose the round. Panic attempt there. There you go. We got a proper round casted. You're welcome. I just opened Twitter and there's like 20 people yap. Like me looking at my monitors on Twitter. Why is me looking at my monitor on Twitter? Like I don't know who's doing the socials for this event. I'm not sure if it's like Jurgen or...
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Yes, yeah, someone's completely also flagged out that in the first round I called Simmons Seamen because I just thought the E was before the I and just didn't clock it. And yeah, that's already on there. Oh god, here we go. But we've got some beautiful rounds, we've got some beautiful siege going on here regardless of it. It's nice to see the Italian community getting around it, you know. Shout out to all of the wonderful people who have come along, choose and spend their evening here watching some good old siege. As I say, the winner of this game does qualify on through, so it's the big one, it's the important
10
one.
seconds to go.
And Blexby Bomb now 2 rounds
Bomb
away from
located by
sealing
attackers.
themselves in the
5
qualification
seconds
spot. Birdwatchers 2 rounds to tie, then of course
Attackers
the
are
further
heading
2
out to defuse
required
the
to
bomb.
get the job done. This is where the danger zone of the game starts to begin really here if you are this Birdwatcher's side. Of course you lose one more and then it's match point against you and comeback suddenly starts to look a lot more difficult. Versus on the side of Blexby Bond, I think they'll be comfortable with where they are right now. Certainly not the flying start like they had the 3-0 lead that we had at one point. We was fearing another sort of blowout game. Birdwatchers have certainly fought back. It's just, can they fight back enough to get the game done?
Swapping mags.
That's what we're really going to have to wonder ourselves to see here.
Careful.
Potential as well, one more round to take advantage of the Dokkaebi. You've got to spot the player. Playing by Logi. Is to kind of be expected being near to that area. There's going to be someone chilling inside. Similar push to what we saw before from the attack. This time round, a lot more presence on towards the rafters side, going through more horizontally rather than focusing on the windows itself. Nice little change up just to keep things fresh, but ultimately your end goal is the same here. Inside a server, making your presence known, starting to push up, starting to get some control. Slosh on a really good little angle here, covered by the mute jammers as well. Bless gets one on towards Yomi, and that's it for the defense. They're going to peel on back now, get the one that they need to do so. You no longer need to die for this ground, but you're going to take more with you while you're at it. Back one on towards Tempster on the way away. And this attack crumbles early on. Less than 4 players' life now, that you will. Goes on down, but this is the issue. If you get too aggressive inside of these rounds, it is going to cost you. What was a comfortable situation for the Birdwatchers, now suddenly it's a round where it's anyone's game. Does anyone's go of it?
Reload.
3v3. That's the 60-second mark.
Not seeing anything here.
Momentum, the
Activating
attack
drone.
failed again in the early rounds. Steadily building here in the middle. And then carry it through towards an execution. Get that fuse on down again. Could be a really strong round for them here to drop themselves on towards map point. Of course, you've got some formidable guns on the side of Birdwatchers as well. Slosh, Shuaz have had phenomenal games so far, and I don't think that's going to stop anytime soon. Looking to keep their team in the game right now. Temporary bout of quiet, but I don't think it's going to sit that way for long. Snake down below. Is he aware of the player holding the tight angle on the main stairs? You have the information. You have the rough idea that there's going to be someone there. You certainly know now, but unfortunately you will lose out the gunfight. Danny will be able to confirm onto Sloshy. C4's going to go up, but unfortunately denies it there. Second one falls. It's Lambie down. Shu has to go. And Blexby Bond able to get it done. 6-3 onto map point now. And that is one of those situations there, I think, where if you're Birdwatchers, you're 5v3 up, you choke it down to a 3v3, and it all just goes a little bit too much in your head. That is a heartbreaker. I can't lie. I really thought Birdwatchers would have that one there inside of that round, but yeah, just didn't really seem to be the case there. Losing out on that advantage wasn't really what you wanted to see from them, and that's just, yeah. Those are the kind of mistakes I think you can't be afforded to be making. If you're going to be qualifying to these events, and especially not just qualifying, but also being competitive once you reach these events, you need to be able to close out a 5v3 like that. A 5v4 can go either way, and yeah, whatever. A 5v4, a 5v3, it's a little less forgivable for it to go in that kind of a manner, I think. You will be kicking yourself, I think, a little bit after this one. As you say, the competition steepens quite a bit, I think, after this qualifier as well.
Protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Of course, no disrespect to the teams involved tonight, but certainly more teams to play for in next week's qualifiers means there's going to be more people to play, more competition as well. You're going to have a much harder time getting yourself through towards the latter stages of those tournaments. So, really, right now is your best possible opportunity. Blexby Bonds, to say they're really riding with it. Like, this one is a qualification game. They are playing pretty good game so far. I have to give them credit for it. There's been quite a few rounds where they've been down and they've been able to recover.
10 seconds left before
one or two of those have been, I think, some sloppiness from the side of Birdwatchers, but a lot of that has also been some really great individual play from Blexby Bond, using what they've got available for them, using the utility game especially, taking advantage of things like Nudo to be Deimos, Snake. Clear space, get information, keep the pressure up high, and unfortunately Birdwatchers just can't quite keep flying as high as they'd like to. Maverick starts to get himself to work.
Drone activated.
Getting this bit done. Everybody knows she's playing Maverick here. Don't really watch the angles. You hear? Just kind of, there we go. There's someone to watch the angles. Spot out the feet holes, just see if they could spot anything. Do a leap, a fanboy able to spot Franchega. They will fall on down. It's that really difficult position there, the rafters. That can be so difficult to clear on out. You're hoping there'd be a little bit more there, but the Shamika especially launching overhead. With this utility, trying to just deny grenades being thrown, anything really being sent to dislodge that player. Almost got the weight of the world on his shoulders right now, but he's standing strong. They can do to clear him out. Going to be sending the Jaeger payload here to try and do something about it, try and get him to move, but he just drops down prone. Unfortunately, when he steps back up, that will be the end of him. Kill will be responded back. Lambie. That's fine, Yomi. The advantage going the way of the Birdwatchers for now, and as we said, this is one of those situations where you've got the advantage. You've got yourselves in a winning position here if you're Birdwatchers. You do not want to be choking this. Use the guns on the side of Blexby Bonds that you've got left going up. Danny, Tempester, they've had phenomenal games, phenomenal performances so far. Nice bow on it. They can get the job done here. Rafters wall open on up. Prime positioning towards default to go for a plant. While you do have Shamikas on the defensive side, C4s as well. If you can find a way to deal with those here, Flexby Bomb have a way to get the plant down. The issue is I don't really know here, or they've got his utility. They throw it all in towards the objective. In goes to Grim, trying to stick the plant on down now. Is the cover going to be there? That's the question. No, it's not, because underneath, Lambie goes unchecked. He's able to find one. 3 quick kills coming from the Bird Watchers, and they keep themselves alive here in this qualifier for 1 round longer. 2 more to go to overtime. Banger. They're keeping it going. They're not letting this go yet. Quality round from Bird Watchers.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Also, sorry, Italian folks in chat. I don't understand Italian. I don't know a word of Italian. I'm not even going to attempt to. Oh, actually, no, no, grazie. That's thank you, I think. I hope. Grazie for watching.
Have located a bomb.
All of you lovely folks here coming out to support the local teams. It's nice to have these national kind of qualifiers as well. You know, I think so much of the lines of like what was like
10 seconds left.
Like national leagues back in the day, like UKIN, for example, we had here in the
5
UK.
seconds to insertion.
UK Ireland Nationals. So much of that has been lost lately with the Challenger Circuit, you know, having these wider EU competitions all of the time. Everyone plays and everything. So it's nice to actually just get a bit more of like, you know, what would I think historically be like T3, like regional or like national action more so. The Italians just going at it here. Obviously not every player is Italian, it's only 2 or 5 required here, but it's, you know, it's there, it's nice seeing this, you know, get that vibe as well. The Italian fans are out in full force here. Do appreciate all the support from you all. Watch your favourite teams, battle it out, and I imagine a lot of friends in the server as well for many of you. Qualify. Of course, if you don't qualify, it's not over yet. There are more qualifiers next week, so do get yourself signed up to those if you haven't already, because they're going to be some fun days, some fun qualifiers. And I believe there's a second one as well. Yeah, it's qualifier.
My location is clear.
This week, and then there's a qualifier. There's a qualifier next week, and then there's a qualifier a week after as well. So, certainly much. But good shout. I can't remember the name. I'm sorry, but whoever told me to watch Bird Watchers, you're all up. It's a good game. Enjoying this. Slow start for the offense. Clear through the map now. Trickling their way through the map, trying to find where exactly they can go through for things. Where they can go, what they can do. Just a slow and steady start. Match slowly but surely being opened up here. A couple of impacts to play tricks for. 6 of them actually, to be precise here. I think it's very difficult for this Sabana. I mean, she'll hopefully eventually get a job done. And well, she says, you're not impact tricking anymore, my friend. Just swings in, takes the gunfight, shuts down the Dua Lipa fanboy. And he will go. Main stairs as well. Yomi applying a lot of pressure. Have a frag grenade there, but that's not quite what you were looking for. Either way though, Blexby Bond in great positions, great guidance for themselves here. But Lambie keeps things ambiguous, keep things up in the air here. Keeps Bird Watchers competitive. 4v4, 40 seconds left to go here. Toxic Bay being thrown out onto the hatch drop position. But with your teammates falling around you here, you need to spring into action. It's now or never for the side of Bird Watchers. 2v4 situation. Sloshy can't answer the phone, has to keep the gun up nice and high. The man deficit you're in doesn't give you that freedom, doesn't give you that opportunity. Just going to have to tank the damage. And tank into sight, in goes Blexby Bond, sending it on through, trying to find themselves a position to get this defuse on down in. 2v3. Can they do it? 10 seconds to go. Storm commits it all the way through. The final Toxic Babe goes on out. Sloshy with one back will be traded though. It's a 1v2 for Shuaz to try and recover this game, to try and deny Blexby Bond, but he will not. And they will be the ones to qualify through to the BeSerious 2026 main tournament there. About 4 teams confirmed out of tonight's Italian qualifiers. Hit a little boogie. They have done it. They will be playing in the main event in a couple of weeks' time. Congratulations to these players. A phenomenal job from them. It has been. What an evening of Siege it has been tonight. There you have it. Blexby Bond. GG's in chat from the players as well. Credit to them. Congratulations to them more so than anything. I believe our second team to be qualified right behind the Blind Owls, who qualified out of their game earlier on today. So, that being said, congratulations. I'm just going to double check. There's no more games for accidentally. I've done that before. I've done that once or twice before. I've been like... Where it's like, oh, there's no more games tonight, and then ended the stream, and then it's like... Where have all of our community casters gone? Half of them have ended the stream. Is Smith good? Smith is pretty solid. And I know why you're asking that, Slicer. I know why you're asking that, because I believe it's on the... If it's on the R6 website, I'll talk about it. If it's not, I'm not going to talk about it. But I believe that Smith is solid. Smith is actually one of the players that came up out of like the last year's UAIM roster. Ukrainian player, I believe. Yeah, it is on the R6 website, yeah. So it's on the R6 Esports website. So, to quickly talk on that one, Smith is a player who's going to be hopping in on the Fnatic roster, it seems, alongside Citizen, going on through to stage 1. Smith is pretty solid. If you ask me, just to quickly touch on the whole Fnatic situation, if you're going to pick up players like Huava, if you're going to pick up players like Smith that are getting their first shot on T1, you need to give them more than a stage. Huava isn't suddenly going to become a magical T1 player, quality player in an evening. Same way Smith, I don't think, will become a phenomenal T1 player within one stage. I'd happily be proven wrong. We've seen players like Rorik suddenly get a step up towards T1, and you look at Rorik almost playing main stage on a major phenomenally well on Virtus Pro. But yeah, there's really not that quite longevity in the Fnatic roster. I think they make too many roster changes way too quickly, in my books. And you look at someone like Huava, right? He went on Fnatic for a stage, didn't have a bad stage, didn't have a great stage. Just had a pretty solid stage, but in terms of first stages in T1, I would argue good. And then immediately, he's back down to T2. He's been dropped off the roster. I didn't really get that, personally. And he's dominating in T2 now. He's doing better than I've seen him play ever. So it's obviously working. You just need to give him time to develop. But I'm not in the team. I don't know the situation. That's an old man's ramble about the Fnatic situation. But talk about the games we've had tonight on, because I think that's what most of you will be here focusing, looking on towards. So as you say, Blind Owls have qualified out of their game. Libimbe or Devil will go through from the top portion of the bracket. And then Devil Blue, Maestro, Eska will go through. But Maestro, Eska, or Devil Blue will be going through. And then I don't believe we are just double checking and getting words from the admins that we're not playing these games out tonight, as anyone who hits the semis has qualified to the event, so I don't think there's a point in playing them out, if I'm not mistaken, but might be wrong, so I'm just going to wait on that one for words. Yeah, the Crocs and drop I really don't get either. Like, yeah, as I say, personally, I'm a firm believer in strength in terms of numbers and strength in terms of longevity in a roster. It's why I like the T2 circuit, the way it's set up. It encourages teams to stick together. So your longer going rosters, like your Panahones, who have been around forever, they gel really well together, and they look like some of the strongest teams in the league. Guys, says Maestro Eska game not finished yet? No, it has not. That one started half an hour ago on the dot, and that was a challenge mode. So by the time they got in lobby for about 20 minutes, I would reckon they're on about first half by now. I might actually be able to check on myself the next what rounds they're on. I won't be able to tell you the score, but I'll be able to tell you what rounds they're playing. I think I've got a few of those players added. This rank around it. Okay, I'm not doing that. But yeah, so that one's still going on there. Unfortunately, I believe I'm the only community cast going on for this one tonight, so I don't think there will be any streams for the other games going on, so you just have to keep an eye, !bracket, if you do want to go and check where those games are coming from. They're on, of course, their various channels. I don't know if players might be streaming the qualifier as well. Big Man Drills going into T1. Yes, Ghost. Drills being into T1, I am honestly all here for it. I think, if you ask me, I think people are going to have to realign their expectations for Secret as a roster. They are obviously used to seeing Secret as a championship quality roster that should be making top places at majors. I think if this obviously Secret qualified to the next international LAN event 3 because of their win from it the previous year. They'll qualify to it automatically, so they'll get the international experience there regardless, which I think is going to be for the bottom 3 on this roster here, Drills, Flexi, and Oscar. I think it's going to be phenomenal experience for them. I know obviously 2 of them just got experience at SI, so just keeping that international experience fresh in them, I think it's going to be really, really good for them, and it's going to be even better for someone like Drills. So I think because Fresh did a podcast with Twister, and also Twister did an AMA on Reddit, which I read a bit through. It seems like they've got the right intentions for picking up these, especially someone like Drills, like more sort of rookie T2 player. They've got the right intentions for it. Some good intentions, I suppose you could say. But they've got the good intent. They've got the right intentions behind it. They want to develop these guys. They want to build them into this system. I think that was the reason why they found, Twister was sort of saying, why they found maybe Nathan Citizen didn't quite work as they thought they would have done. Reason being for that was a lot of, they're trying to mould pre-moulded players that have been around for a while and will be vocal about this is how we like to do things. With that experience, they can't be moulded as easy as someone newer, T2, T1. So yeah, Drill's going up. I think it's a great opportunity for him. I think it's well deserved, and I really hope he has a phenomenal showing in stage 1 because I think it'll be great for him. And obviously, as I say, they're qualified to the next big LAN anyway, so. The world's there always tough Team Secret. You never know what they could do. But we have just had confirmation from Urigan that is going to be it in terms of games tonight. So, unless anyone else has any burning questions, just do a quick Siege Fire Q&A for 5 seconds. Yeah, unless anyone has any rapid fire last minute questions. So, we will be wrapping things up here. As I say, Blexby Bond qualified, Blind Owls, Libimbe Devil /Devil, and then Devil Blue /Maestro Esker. Shout out to the amazing admin team behind the scenes that have been running this whole operation tonight. Jurgen, Luigi, all of the guys on the. I'm just seeing who's online at the moment through Discord. So apologies for missing anyone on the BeSerious side. Quite looking forward to seeing the rest of this tournament play out. Unfortunately, I won't be able to cover any more of the qualifiers outside of this one. But congratulations to us. I've just been informed I'm so sorry, I'm going to butcher this name. Regium Esports, I believe. Regium Esports. Oh, well, congratulations to you guys. Really great siege tonight from the one game we did get to watch of you. Nice tight back and forth game. Congratulations on the win. Looking forward to seeing more of you guys in the main tournament, which I believe we can actually cover because I think the mainstream for this is in Italian, so there will be co-casting for it. So might be back for this one. I won't personally be back for the Open Qualifier, but if you do want to go and watch it, just BeSerious R6 in challenge mode, BeSerious R6 on Twitter. Go find yourself that one as well. One thing I would absolutely love to plug and would really appreciate the love on while I'm here as well is going to be the TikTok channel. Applying a lot of focus on towards that one at the moment. So if you don't mind, if you haven't, go and drop it a follow, uploading sort of CG Sports content on there, as well as the rest of the socials as well. BJ, that's what you BJ makes T1 players. BJ makes T1 players, that's fucking it. And of course, shout out BJ as well, our observer, bringing us all of the action tonight. Love our observers. And as well, BJ, you as an observer as well, in the last, a couple months you've been doing it. Now it's longer than that, I think. It's longer than a few months. But, watching you grow as an observer has actually been really great. You're actually one of my favourite observers to watch now, so thanks for providing it feed tonight. Do appreciate it, mate. Albie /Lamby. Lamby, first up, congratulations. Second and foremost, congratulations on the run tonight. And second and foremost, we'll upload the video of the cast. So yeah, so the VOD will be on the Twitch. If not, I will also upload the whole VOD on the YouTube. There's a link to that down below somewhere. That will be uploaded tonight /tomorrow. Otherwise, the VOD will be on Twitch. So yeah, so I don't ever delete VODs. I think teams should be able to watch VODs back if the games have been casted, so you'll be able to watch it back. But as for me, that is going to be all for me from tonight, folks. Thank you all very much for watching. Do appreciate all of the action. Vermilion stopped by in the stream earlier on today, so we're going to go and send the love over towards him. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. We'll be back here live, same-ish time tomorrow with the Combine qualifiers, me and Golu, so don't miss that one. Take care. Have yourselves a wonderful rest of your evening. Take care. Bye-bye.